talked to him, was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
He said he was going to check and tell me something. JD never said he planned to go ahead and take this week off.
I thought you...
No, you thought wrong.
No, 'cause
after we had that conversation, he didn't say anything else. He's gone this entire week.
As far as I know.
Yeah, Dan, all right then. He tell you that?
I was aware of it. That's why I'm standing here. And running around with my hair on fire.
Well, I found out earlier today, and I thought, all right, this is a host job. Because I decided about 3 weeks ago we weren't going to take the normal September vacation, wait till November.
I was under the impression that you were aware.
He never said a freaking word. He came in Friday and said, goodbye, see you guys later. I thought he meant 2.5 days.
No, when you made that decision, I knew he'd said he had already paid for tickets and hotel rooms and stuff, and they were non-refundable.
You can always readjust. You pay some type of service fee. Well, he's more concerned about his cash than he is about ratings.
Well, you know he's a tight ass.
He's going to learn how to have to be one.
I'm pretty sure Gavin was aware of it as well, because they always have their meetings on Mondays at least. So maybe he got the wrong impression from Gavin.
Gavin, when did you find out?
He told me a few weeks back, and I told him the best way the thing to do is talk to you about it.
And we talked, and he said he didn't come. He said he'd check into it, never said another freaking word. Then I got the email from Trey earlier today that said, don't forget JD's out this week.
Well, that's awkward.
Well, what did he tell you, Gavin?
He just told me that he wasn't aware, and he already booked those flights and hotels, just like Trey was saying. And I said, the best thing to do is talk to Russ. And then you had that conversation with him, and he said that the conversation went well. And that's the last I heard of it.
He never said another... I gotta sneeze. Somebody say something.
Well, that would mean the conversation went well if he thought you were okay with it and really didn't confirm it. Went really well. He has no idea what's going on.
Thank you. He said he would check and then tell me to see what the cost... Either sneeze or don't!
Want me to tickle your nose or anything?
Count my ribs. Not another freaking word out of him after we had that conversation 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I had assumed, since he didn't say anything official, that he was going to be here.
No, and
where'd he go?
He went to Florida.
I approve.
Feel better, do we?
Did he really?
Yeah. You want to know where in Florida?
Dan, can you pull me up a map of the hurricane?
I'm on it.
Where?
You went to Key West. So I imagine right about the time he got there, they told him to get out.
Did he really?
I swear.
Why would he go back and reschedule their... Okay, I see on that CNN or Fox. Whew. Yeah, that's all over Key West. What a pumpkin. Hang on, Dan just sent me a...
This is the path of projected for Hurricane Ike, I believe.
Let's see. So this is as of yesterday, Sunday.
Yes.
2 a.m. Monday, going over Cuba. And then Key West is that little minnow turd hanging off Florida, right?
Right.
Right in between Florida and Cuba.
Yeah, that's good. Why wouldn't he knew this was coming on Friday.
Well, at Friday, they weren't sure if Ike was going to go more north or...
What difference does it make? You go ahead and cancel, you reschedule just on the outside chance. It's like seeing Katrina coming and booking hotel rooms for New Orleans.
And hoping that it misses, and you only get rain and dismal weather and wind. I mean, you're supposed to be on vacation. You're not supposed to be, walking around with, at the worst, an umbrella that got flipped inside out.
Running around with your Hawaiian shirt hanging up. Big man teats flopping out.
Hanging onto a telephone pole.
So he went ahead and, because he's that big of a tight ass, he went ahead and took the shot.
Mm-hmm.
What a fool.
It doesn't make you feel any better, but he told me he felt bad.
He felt bad about what?
For me.
Why does he feel bad for you? Because if this week goes well, it won't for him.
He's not thinking of it in those terms, neither am I. Just as far as, doing his stuff in addition to what little I do before
What does he do?
This is a big stack of news.
All right, you did all that by yourself, right?
Well, some of it's left over from last week, but...
Well, of course, it'd have to be.
This is news / just in case.
No, I understand the retro angle of this show. We're cutting edge, just on the wrong end of it.
Yeah. We're cutting edge from last week.
So you did all of JD's stuff today. What exactly does he do?
Well, there's lots of highlighting as far as pieces of paper.
All right, so all he does is pull news stories, highlight them.
Pull news stories, highlight them, try to, pull additional stories from things that anyone else may send to him, any kind of audio stuff. If
I'm
there's
sending
any
15 or 20 news stories a day. That should be enough in itself, plus whatever you gather. What does he do?
He does everything that I just said and the stuff that you just said.
So he works a printer.
And a highlighter.
Okay. I bet I could get somebody a lot better than what he does for a lot less.
But y'all have 30 years of history together.
And
you can't put a price on that.
And a special on-air chemistry.
I don't miss it.
Well, it's only in the first segment of Monday. By Wednesday, you may be calling him, begging him to return.
No, it's probably going to be the other way around. I still don't get why he went ahead and got on that plane just taking a chance.
I'm with you. There's no way if...
well, when did he fly out? Do you know, Trey?
I believe he flew out Saturday evening.
That or Sunday, either way.
All right. Well, according to this map that Dan sent me from NOAA, Sunday, 8 a.m., they had already started tracking it. And by this map, they knew exactly where it was going.
Well, that and...
It looked like a good portion, I don't know where it ended up, a good portion of it was going to hit New Orleans. But Key West was going to get the side of it.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing I can think of is he want...
He what?
He has that thing he wants to go chase, like storm chase and tornadoes and stuff. Maybe he thought this would be, they just get the light end of it and he gets to see a
Storm
hurricane.
chasers and hurricane chasers are two different things. Tornadoes a little more isolated. You can see them from distance. You can track to see which way they're going to go. Hurricanes are all over you.
Yeah, you're right. And with a tornado, you could possibly, if you're far enough away from it, you could drive around it.
You can track it. You can take pictures. You can do anything you need. If you're going to be close enough to a hurricane, you're going to see it all.
Exactly. And the only hurricane, not even a chaser, but the only people that I've ever seen to go towards the hurricane would be like the guy that tried to fly his huge kite.
Who was that?
The guy that got flung from the beach, got pounded on the beach, and ended up hitting the wall.
Yeah. And Chloe, you were in on the storm chasing thing with JD.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. However,
I don't think you storm chase hurricanes. Most of the time they go after those. They do that from a plane.
Yeah.
Exactly. They fly right above it. I'm not about the hurricanes. I mean, I wouldn't mind sitting through a party. You know what I mean? A hurricane party, like if it was, on the verge, like on the side of it, but not if it's like right full on hurricane. You know what I mean? If it like just kind of nips the...
Get a water hose and an oscillating fan.
It's not as cool. It's like just the excitement.
You want to watch it go by.
Well, what excitement if you're on the tail end of it? If you're not getting the full force of the hurricane, then all of a sudden it's not death-defying. You just kind of licking the edge of the hurricane.
Yeah, but, you never know. It just may make a turn.
And then you may die.
It'll be something fun.
This week is just going to fry.
It'll be fine.
And I got a voicemail from Gavin over the weekend. He's pissed off that I hung out with Ren and Stimpy Saturday night.
Now, why is he pissed off at you for that?
Because they wouldn't hang out with him.
So he's jealous?
Yeah.
What'd you guys do?
With the champs and watched the Texas game. Congratulations, Trey, on another win.
Thank you.
Is that the right team?
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually watched a football game.
Yeah, I think kickoff was at 8. Watched most of it. That big, 82, 84-yard run at the end, where at that point Texas was too far ahead.
Yeah, they had the game well in control.
I love sports.
It's good to know.
Especially because Gavin doesn't like me to like sports. Gavin, what are you doing?
Just working.
Is that
Why,
your-
what do you care,
Was that in your office?
David?
Ratting me out about something?
I'm not ratting you out about nothing.
Every week it seems that you rat me out for something. Narc, stoolie,
God.
dime dropper.
Man, can I not talk to my general manager?
What are you talking about?
We're just talking strategy.
About what?
About various things with the radio station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one? This one or KRLD? Because
This
it looks
one.
like you got KRLD handled. That one seems to be on auto drill.
It's going to be a long week.
And you don't have a friend in here to be the voice of reason to say, leave Gavin alone.
Yeah, somebody play JD's pussy roll.
All right, you're being too hard on Gavin, really. He tries his best. He works hard. You know, he's trying to do a really good job.
Hold on a second. This has to play first.
And now, playing Trey Trenholm's role of pussy is Gavin Spittle.
That doesn't make any sense. It's all supposed to be JD playing JD role of pussy. Here's Trey Trenholm. Or if Dan slips into the role or anybody else. Gavin, you're an idiot.
Not how I described it.
I wrote them down for you so I'd have one with everybody on the show.
I know.
So why did you write it? Why did you handle what I give you?
I did.
I don't believe we can continue with this relationship. Especially if you're going to call me bitching because I'm hanging out with your midday show.
Yeah, because they blew me off.
It's what you've always wanted.
You wanted some type of camaraderie on this station. I've hung out with Jagger. Now I've hung out with Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, but they blew me off. And you don't care about sports.
I watched the Texas, what is it, UT El Paso?
Yes.
I watched that.
Yeah?
And?
And? I could have been a part of that.
They didn't invite you. They invited me.
Yeah. And they didn't invite me.
Well, you could have invited Gavin.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't want to hang out with Gavin.
Well, he's your friend. He wants to hang out with you.
Why is that an issue, Gavin?
Because there's ulterior motives involved. It's not about sports.
We went to Champs and we watched a football game.
Yeah, I'm sure you were putting things into their mind.
Like what?
Like to the point where they're not going to want to listen to me anymore.
I would think that would be best.
No, it's not.
I just heard David Henry laugh at you. Also, right before the show, turned Gavin's mic off. David Henry was in here getting toasted like he always does at 3 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Happy hour.
And I told him to put on the clown mask and go in there and terrorize Gavin.
Oh, God.
It didn't last long.
Give it to me, and I'll submit it. Jesus! Jesus!
Gavin started going at David Henry with his windmill arm thing, and David just backed out.
See, that was smart because the windmill arm thing is, I think, what got Trey smacked in the face or the chest.
Yeah, everybody that's gone, and really that's what I was hoping for. Anybody that's gone in with that clown mask has got a bitch slapped by Gavin.
I got lucky because I only went in the one time and just sort of got a solid punch in the chest.
I don't know how David Henry came out unscathed.
Yeah, 'cause you got it in the stack.
Yeah, first time I go in there, he pulls out his computer desk pad and just nails me in the balls. Is that the way you start all your meetings with people, Gavin?
No, just people that come in here with clown masks on.
Chuck, you want to wear it?
I left it.
Cover your marbles. You got to be all up on him. He can't stand clowns.
Just fight through the windmill arms. Did I hear a thud?
Yeah, Chuck got it in the side of the puss.
He hit him?
Yeah. Gavin, you're a violent little puss.
like clowns.
That seems like an odd reaction, though. Typically, if you're really, really afraid of clowns, you would get in that fetal position and just cry. But he reacts violently.
Now, did you address this with your girlfriend over the weekend?
Yes.
About why she told me?
Yes.
And?
We have to talk.
She have a clown mask?
Shut up.
Gavin.
Scared the hell out of me.
How'd the conversation go?
She said, no, I understand. And I didn't realize that she had one, too.
So she said, I understand, and then put the mask on?
I woke up in the morning and I looked over and there was a clown sleeping next to me. Not even funny.
Sounds like you went out the night before, got drunk, went clowning.
God, that'd be awful if you got really drunk the night before and wake up and see that.
I screwed a clown.
Could never tell my buddies.
So you don't want me hanging out with Ren and Step anymore?
You don't even like sports.
I got a lot out of the game.
I've asked you for 5 years now to hang out with me. And I can't get you to hang out with me at any point.
Who was the leading receiver for Texas? Was it Crosby?
Quan Cosby.
Yeah. It's like 190 yards.
Yeah, he had a huge game.
God.
What, Gavin?
Now all of a sudden you're into sports? Hook 'em horns?
Is that who it was?
The Longhorns?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Boomer Center.
It's just not right.
Then November 1st, we're going to go watch Texas at Texas Tech. We got our fall planned out. We may hit some Friday night football.
You're going to Lubbock?
Yeah.
Very fun.
Should be a good game.
Looks like your dance card just opened up, dude. That's all he was talking about last week. He goes, I like having guys on the station that know about sports and I can hang out with them. I actually have somebody I can talk to.
As if he couldn't talk to any of the rest of us in the building about sports?
No, obviously he's got to bring somebody else in to be his dick buddy.
Because they respect me.
Well, you lost your two dick buddies.
They respect me.
Gavin, you think a lot of people in this building respect you, and you find out later that ain't the case. Am I right?
Well, heaven forbid. People should respect me.
I treat you decent off the air. It's on the air where you get your beatings.
Do not.
And just because I'm hanging out with Ren and Stimpy, that doesn't mean that I'm trying to circumvent your programming.
Is that what you call them? Do you call them Ren and Stimpy when you hang out with them?
No, they won't answer to that.
So it's not due to a lack of trying.
Yeah, there was. Oh, wow.
It's just not right.
Well, what's not right about it? That's what I'm missing about this whole
Because
thing.
there's ulterior motives. You're turning them against me. That's what you're trying to do.
I sent them an email. I said, what are you doing over the weekend? They said, we're going to Champs. They said, you want to go? I went, okay.
Almost 5 years I've tried to get you to hang out.
I don't like you.
Man, I'm a good person to hang out with.
I haven't seen it. I like Ren and Stimpy.
And it's bad enough.
And they bought me drinks. You ain't never bought me nothing.
I buy you stuff all the time.
You pull out that fake thing that looks like a wallet, like you're always going to pay for something, and nothing ever comes out of it.
My wallet's
You even know what currency we deal with? Because I know you ain't never seen one.
My wallet's like a revolving door around you, just constantly giving.
The only time I've actually seen you pull a credit card out of your wallet was when David Henry made you.
Yeah, so?
Any other time, that thing sits camped out in your ass. To the rest of your buddies.
No, not that. When I hang around people, that doesn't mean they're gay. That means I hang around with them because they're friends.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why don't you call Ren and Stimpy and see what they got going on this weekend? Maybe you can do something with them.
Well, maybe I will.
And then I'll circumvent that.
See? Figures. It's just not right.
I'm going to turn into your big programming rooster blocker. I might even start buddying up with Big Dick. Then what?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to be a pain. What's wrong with you? Do we need a break? All right, we'll be back. Try see if you can get that JD on the phone. Okay.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
How do you like me now?
think I'm crazy standing here today.
It's like no other show on the radio. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Ready, Daniel?
I'm set.
You do know.
All right. Right now, actually, the only problem going on the highways is in Corinth, 35 southbound at Corinth. There's actually, there's a vehicle on fire. So stay away from that. Don't get burnt. There's your first check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
You better run back over here and do weather.
Today we can expect it's overcast. Showers are possible Tuesday.
Slow down for a second.
Wednesday.
Possibly thank yourself.
I need to do that more often.
Yeah.
Thank you, me.
It's like the sound of him running across the room.
We can expect a high of around 90 degrees and cloudy tonight. Storms possible and likely. Tuesday and Wednesday, high of 86. Tomorrow, Wednesday, 91. Currently overcast and 87 at Live 105.3.
It didn't dawn on me he was going to have to do that until I realized JD's dog ass ain't here. Did you get a hold of him during the break, Trey?
I left a message.
He never told me. He never confirmed anything. Any other time, I know exactly where he's going to be when he's traveling. This time, no clue. Not a freaking word after we had that conversation 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Is it possible that in his mind it was confirmed or there was a conclusion to it, a resolution?
I told him if he was going to do it, fine, let me know. He never told me anything.
Okay.
He didn't even say anything when he came in Friday after the show. Hey, going to Florida. See you guys in a week.
I know that tactic. I've done that. It's the whole beg for forgiveness as opposed to ask for permission
Well,
thing.
he and I had already talked about it, and this ain't one of the shows where you think asking for forgiveness is going to work. Because that really is only just going to expedite things.
You're right. And I'm not saying he was right to do it. I'm just saying that I've done it before, whereas I'll see you guys later.
He's not here. Go ahead.
He told me he was going to do this.
Little freaking weasel.
He said, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to tell Russ nothing.
He didn't say a freaking word. He just said, I'll see you guys later. Came in the studio. Trey, you and I were in here, right? Mm-hmm. Cleaning up. Stood at the end of the console, watching like he always does. Almost waiting to see if I was going to address anything. I didn't say anything. He was all right. See you guys later. And then vanishes.
Well, he had bought tickets and had plans to see his kid.
I got all of that when he told me a few weeks ago. He said he was going to check into moving it. And he decides because he's that big of a tight ass, he's going to go anyway right in the middle of the hurricane. I bet he don't like Ike. There's the voicemail Gavin left me over the weekend.
Hey, Russ, it's Gavin. You hung out with Ben and Skin on Saturday night to watch, of all things, college football?
Love college.
You realize they blew me off because I was supposed to get together with them, so they blew me off for you. And then I'm hearing now you go back to Ben's house afterwards. What are you, buddy now? These are your new buddies? I know what you're trying to do. This has nothing to do with college football. This has nothing.
And the only reason I went back to Ben's house is I thought I was going to get it on. I'm kidding. Went back because I knew that Gavin, as soon as he got back to Gavin, that was going to twist him. Because I've never been over to his house and I'm never going. Except the day I put that open house sign out in front.
So in a way, Gavin's right. You're not taking a genuine interest in the midday show. It's just more to get under his skin.
I'm a rooster blocker.
Okay.
Nothing to do with hanging with our new midday show. This has everything to do with you trying to railroad me. That's the only reason.
He wants me to cross promote. He wants me to hang out. He wants some type of camaraderie. I do that, and I get. Then he decides he's going to make a 180.
Well, it's obvious that it's camaraderie with a catch. He wants to be involved in the camaraderie.
Well, then tell somebody what the rules are. If you want to hang out and you get left out, then tell me that that's going to be an issue. I'm turning into a little puss.
You're doing it. The only reason you're doing it is to railroad me. You're going to try to turn these guys against me. Because now they're not hanging around with me on the weekend. Now they're hanging around with you To watch sports? Are you kidding me? You don't even like sports. You don't know anything about sports. You don't care about sports. Absolutely ridiculous. They blew me off for you. Now I can't spend quality time with my talent because now all of a sudden they're too busy for me, but they're not too busy for you. This is ridiculous.
Jilted. Gavin.
Yeah. You deserve
Do you want me to break it off with Ben and Skin?
No, I want you to be friends, but we all go out.
Well, I didn't realize you were going to take on the mindset of you don't like me or them having other friends. I didn't realize that was going to be the template.
So if you wanted to hang out with me and I was avoiding at all costs hanging around with you, what would you do?
Who's avoiding you?
You!
I don't avoid you.
You've never hang around with me. Never. You've never been to my house.
I was there once.
Yeah, to do a bit on me.
If you're going to be this ugly all week, I'm going out to the Florida Keys.
How do you want me to be? Happy? Joyous? I got a great new midday show and you're sabotaging it.
Did their show suck today?
No.
All right, then I haven't done anything. They still talking to you?
No. Not yet. I'm sure they will.
No, you hope they will.
Is there anybody else on the station you don't want me to hang out with? Just so we can get this out and I don't have to worry about these nasty phone calls the next day.
You
like
can
a
hang
little
out.
jilted bitch.
You can hang out whoever you want. We can all hang out.
Why is it you always got to be part of the mix?
Because I am part of the mix.
It's almost like you become Joy in JD's relationship where he drags her everywhere. We have a guys' night out. We go to the lodge. He brought her.
It's an insecure girlfriend. You can't go anywhere or do anything without him there because he's afraid of what you're going to do or say.
I don't think it's me. I think it's... Are you worried that I'm going to snatch up you Ben and Skin?
Yes.
And do what?
I don't know.
I've never had this type of argument with a program director. You hang out with other shows, everybody seems to like that. After the big bowling thing where we were raising money for the foundation, you said we should do this more often. All right, so I'm hanging out with Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, and I was there for the bowling thing, and I could have been there for college football.
You don't always have to be part of everything.
But, you could have said, like, some point in the conversation, it might have come up that they blew me off for you.
No, they never told me that.
Well.
Really?
Huh?
Really?
What's the answer need to be?
I guess the good one is no, they never told you about that.
Oh, well, I can't answer that.
See, that's what I'm saying. You guys are all sitting around, probably drinking, having a good time, watching college football.
Gavin, you do stuff with your other buddies all the time. You're hanging out at Stars games with Big Dick, and I see all the pictures on your MySpace. All right, so I'm going to hang out with somebody else.
Those are my friends.
You just met them.
No, but
the only reason you hired them is because you stole them from the ticket. Big poke in the eye.
No, I hired them because they're good.
All right. Well, I want to get to know them. Then we'll have better cross-promotion on the air.
You hate sports.
Not only did we watch the Texas University of Texas El Paso game, they had another one playing I think Texas Tech beat Nevada at Reno.
Oh, my God.
They did?
Texas Tech did.
Mm-hmm.
35-19, I think.
Yeah, they didn't cover.
It was a big game.
Jesus.
I didn't realize what a void in my life that sports had left. Think about it. Sorry, I made that noise.
But at least you got the line out.
I didn't bet on the game.
I know, but it makes it more fun if you did.
Yeah, I didn't think about betting on college sports.
Yeah.
It's normally with the Cowboys, and that's about it. Who's playing this next weekend?
I'll have to go get a full rundown.
I'll call Ren and Stimpy, see what they're doing.
We can have a big watching party. Texas, Arkansas is this weekend. I know that.
How about we all go to, what's the name of Gavin's restaurant?
Isabella's?
Yeah, we'll go there and Gavin can't. They have the games on there at Isabella's?
Yeah, but no, I can go.
You can't sit with us.
Why not? It makes no sense.
Because.
Cool kids only.
Thank you.
Gavin's a good guy. I'm trying to do this, JD. I really am.
It's hard, ain't it?
Damn.
Now playing JD's role of pussy is Trey Trenholm.
Give it a shot.
Gavin's our friend. We all like him. We probably should include him in more.
That eats that you like an Ebola, doesn't it?
It's just so damn hard to do.
You look like you're in physical pain just attempting it, Trey.
We're going to have to get somebody up here actually to play that role.
I don't think I have to be a chick.
It's going to have to be somebody who likes Gavin. We're doomed. Oh, and JD had Joy up here Friday night. I don't know where they were going. JD had another one of his pilot buddies. Obviously, they're going out to have a three-way.
They were going to Toby Keith.
Okay. I didn't know this. Joy has as big of a fear of clowns as Gavin does.
Oh, no way.
And JD put the mask on. She's out in the hall. JD put it on his own.
You know what? Now that you mention it, I think I remember JD mentioning that at some point last week, saying that she had at least a similar fear.
Yeah, we taped it. And she's waiting for him as soon as he comes around the corner.
Oh.
Bitch.
I couldn't see because the blinds were closed. What was she doing? Obviously, she's smacking him.
Beating him. I mean, she was throwing haymakers right in his head, kicking him.
And with that clown mask on, you got limited vision.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You can't defend yourself. I don't know where it's coming from.
Hey, it's coming from about a 90-pound woman.
She was sitting in the hallway to the producer studio where Dan and Alfie is now, and you couldn't see her. I'm walking there. All of a sudden, you hear that bitch and whack.
That was a great play-by-play. I can see this week's going to be full of joy. I just like where she jumps out around the corner. All right, bitch.
Bitch.
My God.
Shut your ass! Oh, crap. Shut it up.
Yes.
That was a stupid ass idea. You got your ass whipped.
Don't do that to me, then I'll kick your ass.
She came in the studio. She was crying.
Was she really?
And she knew it was him. How many clowns walk around with a big Hawaiian shirt on?
Well, that has to be the reason why she reacted, obviously, with, bitch, let's get it on, and then started to beat the crap out of him.
He had no chance.
Bitch.
God, just that first connection.
That hurt.
How many punches did she land?
At least 5 and about 2 kicks.
All in his melon?
All in his melon.
Shut your ass! Oh, I got a headache. Oh, crap. Shut it up.
He had to know that was coming.
Well, you would think so, because like you said, she's going to immediately recognize it's him. That's why I'm saying she
Well, it doesn't
that's why
matter
she
if
jumped
she
at it.
recognizes who it is or not. He already knows that she's at this abject fear of clowns. He knows how this is going to play out.
Well, especially like I think Trey described, he jumps out at her from around a corner. She just slugs him. And in my head, what I'm hearing is it sounds like JD's trying to get away, yet she's following him, kicking and hitting.
Is that the way it went? You can't see. You got no place to run. And you obviously, when you get the living piss beat out of you, you can't get the mask off in time.
He was trying to get away, but there was just nowhere for him to go. She got him picked up against the wall and was just wailing on him.
I think JD said afterwards that he got a couple more after the mask came off.
Yeah, taking the mask off doesn't take away what you just did.
No, it's not. It's not going to undo it. Especially, she knew that he was showing off.
Oh, yeah. So, and that's why she went after him as hard as she did. Because now she's got to prove a point in front of his buddies.
The rest of it I don't really care about. I just like the beginning. We should have given her the taser.
Shut your ass!
And that's the kind of fight you don't want to be in, is a tiny woman like Joy.
Well, especially you go out there to show off, and
right.
You come back a worn and beaten clown.
I mean, she's so pissed off and frightened that she's crying.
Yeah,
she's hitting you.
Yeah, I felt bad for her when she came in the studio. She was not straight balling, but she didn't care for it. But at least she had company, JD, crying.
They could cry on the way to the Toby Keith concert.
Yeah. All right. You left a message for JD?
Yes.
I'd like to know at what point in time he thought he told me, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that week off. Even though I said, no, I'm staying. We won't take off until November.
I'd like to make a bet.
All right.
I bet he says one of two things. Either A, but I told you, don't you remember? Or B, well, I sent you the email.
He didn't tell Gavin, and Gavin's going to have to be another base he's got to cover. Gavin, he tell you anything?
He just told me he talked to you, and it was good to go, and he felt uncomfortable doing it, but he had to do it.
Did he say why he had to do it?
He said he was going to lose money. He couldn't get reimbursed in the trip, so it'd be out, I think it was like $1,200.
I thought you can always move trips. You just pay some type of surcharge to the airlines. Especially when you got an excuse leading up to a hurricane. And he knew that it was on its way Friday. And if he didn't leave till Saturday night, all you had to do is use a storm tracker on the Weather Channel. You know it's going to come close to the Florida Keys.
Only thing I can think of is he bought a package deal, and a lot of times the only way you can get out of them is you have to buy the insurance for the deal.
And he didn't.
He's such a tight ass, I'm sure he didn't.
How much is the insurance?
I think it runs like, I'm going to say $50.
It's around there.
Is that for both trips?
Yeah, that would have been for the
$25 a head. He didn't pop up for that.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for news, Dan?
I am. I had one email that we were talking about the sports stuff. Hey, Russ, did Trey place your bets for the Cowboys game? I think everyone won, if I remember right. Get that cash, boss.
You throw down my cash?
Yeah.
And?
Have it later.
When?
I don't know. Bookie pays on Tuesdays.
Bookie always wants his money from me when I lose on Monday.
Well,
that's so he can pay the people that won on Tuesday.
I'll get it for you.
And I forget, when I win, I don't have to pay him his service charge, right?
No.
He takes that out of the losers.
Yes.
I like that.
You like it when you win. You typically lose, and that's when it becomes a problem.
That's the way it works. Doesn't make any sense. If you lose, then you got to pay him a surcharge. Take it out of the winnings. You already got my cash for no reason. Don't tack on something else.
And you're in a good mood when you win. You're like, what's 10%? I won. Take it.
You don't penalize people who win. You penalize the losers.
I already lost my cash. Why would you take more? Because let's say I bet $250 on the wrong team. You already got my $250. Leave me alone.
You got to pay the juice.
It's always something about the Jews.
Juice. How much did you end up wagering? Was it 500 total?
I forget. It was, I think, $250 on the Cowboys and might have been $250 under. Is that right?
Yes.
So how much I got coming?
500.
All right. There always seems to be some screw job. I'll bet 500 and I don't get it all. Do I get it?
You'll get it.
All right. You want legal here? Yes. 408 at KLLI, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Thank you, Russ. Today is Monday, September 8th, 2008. Birthdays today. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, the middle kid from Home Improvement, turns 27. Pink turns 29. David Arquette turns 37. Brooke Burke, who co-hosts Rockstar, the reality show, turns 37. And turning 86 today is Sid Caesar, the old school comedian.
I didn't see any news about Governor Palin over the weekend. Are they keeping her under wraps?
She was they did some campaign stuff, and they're starting to poke around the fact, Dan brought it up Friday about her religion, and she said pray for the troops, and they're doing God's work and this and that. So that's going to be the next thing that they're latching on to.
What is her religion?
It's almost a Pentecostal.
I like Pentecostal.
Yeah. Well, which Pentecostal? I mean, is it like the fun church or the, dresses to the floor? I'm assuming that's not it, given her wardrobe.
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I just thought there'd still be a media frenzy about her over the weekend. I didn't see anything.
Well, there still is. I had one story here. The three of the politicians seeking the nation's highest offices appeared in lengthy broadcast interviews Sunday, but the hottest topic for all of them was the missing fourth candidate, Sarah Palin. She's yet to make an unscripted public appearance. Instead, she's used her public events to deliver speeches, not to answer questions directly from voters or reporters. Delaware Senator Joe Biden said, eventually she's going to have to sit in front of you like I'm doing and have done. This is what he said on NBC's Meet the Press. Campaign aides later confirmed that she will give her first media interview this week in Alaska to ABC News anchor Charles Gibson. They don't know when that's supposed to air yet.
I don't get when Imus saw that Senator McCain had picked her. He decided, oh, man, this race is over. How could it be over? Nobody knows who she is. You're not really sure which direction she's going to go.
Well, I think at first...
Nobody bothered to ask her if she'd been raising a whore.
At first, he thought it was over in a bad way, just because he's like, well, why would he pick her? Then he said when he saw her speak, he said, it's over. I like her. She won a lot of people over.
That was a prepared statement that you had dozens of script writers working on, revisiting, making sure she's not going to address her knocked up kid or anything else, the whole state trooper incident. There was no way to blow it unless you went off the teleprompter. You decided to start ad-libbing, then you'd have an issue.
But most people, live in sound bites, and people like her.
But you didn't get anything of substance out of her speech. You got, here's what I did, jabs at back at Obama. It was nothing of consequence. It was just a great big cheerleader at some frat party.
Well, that's what
That's the annual cougar hunt.
Clip from her speech. What were you going to say, Trey?
That's what the convention speeches are for, is to rally the base, get people excited about the election.
And I actually saw that John McCain's speech had higher ratings than Obama's.
Yeah, actually,
and all of that's got to be based on Governor Cougar.
And both sides are actually even spinning the ratings. The ratings for McCain's speech at the convention were higher than Obama's. According to Nielsen, McCain's record-setting speech on Thursday night attracted 38.9 million viewers, which is just 500,000 more than Obama's record-setting audience of 38.4 the week before. Now, that being said, the Democrats are claiming that Obama actually came out on top because if you count the viewers who watched the speeches on PBS, which doesn't fall under the ratings with Nielsen, Obama led with 41.9 million to McCain's 41.6.
It's still of no consequence. The polls are still at a dead heat. No clue how this is going to play out. The only reason I think McCain is at least holding his own is he got Governor Cougar in there.
Well, I think it
was a big injection to his party because he's got. I don't care how they play him off as a rebel. He doesn't come off as one.
Well, he's a rebel and a maverick as far as legislation goes, not.
Is that VP? Go ahead, I'm listening.
As far as going against the party and doing things.
It's turning me on.
I still have no clue. I had to go back and look at the transcripts from her speech to really get a handle on what she said, because the whole time I'm just watching. Hike up that skirt.
Just a little more.
Just show me some of that land of the midnight squirrel. She's from Alaska. That thing's got to be big and bushy, about the size of a jackalope.
And I had no idea Don Imus was as horny, especially for Alaskans.
Man, the only thing I could do when I was watch, I could get some of that chinchilla. Kodiak clam. That thing's got to be big, as cold as it gets up there. Nights last forever, don't they? Or the days? Make any difference. You got to keep that thing covered. Nothing like getting a look at the first fur burger. What were you going to say, Trey?
I have no clue.
What, did first fur burger throw you off there?
Yeah, that one.
I was really ready to say something politically profound, and then first fur burger just a what?
Come on, lady, drive out that sock monkey. Let's have a look at Everybody points out that she ran a state. The state sport is dog mushing. What's the big deal?
She at least has run something.
Okay. I run an auto repair shop. That doesn't mean that I could do anything beyond that.
If you're right now the VP running mate of John McCain, they would point to that and say, look, he ran an auto shop.
She's had 5 kids over the past several years. She ain't really had time to do much of anything else except squat kids out of that jackalope.
I won't knock, the Republican spin as far as saying she's ran a state, she did this as a mayor, but it bothered me when they actually pointed to her involvement with the PTA as saying, look, she has experience. It started with the PTA.
That was one of the chicks off The View that said, obviously she run a household. A country's not going to be any different. You had 5 kids come out of that clam. Really, the only thing you're probably good at is playing the air tuba.
It's just sometimes it comes across like the spin. They don't think about some of the things they say. It's like you don't really have to point to the PTA. Just focus on the fact she was a mayor and a governor for a couple of years.
Well, they couldn't even do that. It had to be the focus on her kid being with child. And that's hot, too. You got a cougar and a cougar in training headed for the White House. Man, that's going to be a good 4 years.
How so?
Probably after the first year, I'm going to be shooting out non-dairy creamer. I'm going to be out. Just one shot at that land of the midnight squirrel. But it makes noise when it comes out. On Groundhog Day. Look at there. 6 more weeks of winter. All right. I don't know what first story you had, Dan. Go ahead.
Okay. Also, in this day in history, back in 1966, Star Trek premiered on TV. Sorry, all I can envision is her creeping around the woods in lingerie.
Probably feel the rest of moose with that thing. Growling to get out of them panties.
Of course, Star Trek premiered on TV. 1966, starring William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, and it was canceled in September of 1969. And you mentioned the polls being almost dead even. A new poll actually shows Republican John McCain with a slight edge over Barack Obama, of course, riding that wave of enthusiasm for his VP pick, Sarah Palin.
So after the 2 conventions, we're exactly where we started.
Exactly.
Nothing's changed. They were still neck and neck within a couple of percentage points going into the Democratic convention. Now, after all of this and all the money that they spent, which reported was in the seven figures?
9.
How much is that?
Over $100 million.
Nothing's changed.
Nope.
Could have taken that cash, given it to somebody, actually made that statement. We're going to turn this into a one-day convention. We're going to divvy the rest up through social groups. And then you look like, yeah, I really do care about the country. And here's the way we're going to start giving back, whether we get in the White House or not. That would be that'd be a decision maker as far as me if I was still sitting on the fence.
If one of the candidates said, it's ridiculous to spend this amount of money.
It's too much celebration. It's too much of a circle jerk. It's going to go on for days. Do it in one day. You probably get it knocked out in a few hours. Give the rest of the money to divvy up all the different charities you got. Homeless werewolves around making it to me.
And that's one thing I've never understood. I understand having the convention because certain things have to be done at the convention as far as the process and your official nominations, but it doesn't have to be the 3 to 4 day prolonged thing.
Right, and you don't have to have the MTV sets. You don't have to have all the electronics, everything else that goes into it. Plus, money spent on security. Just do it from one of the VFW places. Get you a couple of elks sauced up and then be done with it. Take the millions and actually do something with it as opposed to just holding yourself up as our big saviors. It's irritating.
Well, on one hand, maybe it's one of those things that they feel like it helps if they put on a show like that because it gets more Americans to tune in and maybe become involved in it.
Well, if you turn it into the big electronic display and all the pomp, then yeah, it may appeal to the younger voters. To me, it was nothing more than just a jerk-off session for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's a political pep rally, and it's like Trey has said, it's, especially in McCain's case, part of the reason why he picked Governor Palin was to help try to solidify that, right-wing base that some of which in his party, they're not too keen on him.
That thing sounds horny. Figure to seal. In fact, give it a couple minutes, it'll probably come out and club one. All right, go ahead, Dan. How we doing, Chloe?
Need a break.
Do we? Yes. Oh, all right. We'll be back. Trey, try JD again during the break. We'll do.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. You're in the middle of another 30 minutes music-free commercial sweep. The Russ Martin Show will return shortly. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. Your mama don't dance and your daddy don't rock and roll. But when evening rolls around and it's time to hit the town, where do you go? You gotta rock it, rock it.
So the two guys, they kicked off MSNBC today. Not the ones that were having the discussion about Governor Palin when they thought the mics were off.
No, those are two different situations,
but it's still
two different sets of people.
MSNBC.
Still related to MSNBC, yeah. The people that had the open mic gaffe, one was Peggy Noonan, who's a columnist and conservative columnist, right, Trey?
Yeah, sort of.
Her and a couple of other pundits. Not
we never played that.
Employee of MSNBC.
We never played that last week, did we?
No.
No, they think they're in a commercial. Well, they are in a commercial break, but their mics are still hot. Correct.
Right. Peggy Noonan, one of the female voice that's on the audio, writes of the open mic story that's spreading like wildfire. She says when the segment was over and MSNBC was in commercial, Chuck Todd, Mike Murphy, and I continued our conversation talking about the Palin choice overall. We were speaking informally with some passion and into live mics. An audio tape of that conversation was sent, how or by whom, I don't know, onto the internet. And then within 3 hours, she was receiving it from friends far and wide.
That's still your own dildo fault.
Yeah.
If you're sitting in front of a mic and you don't have any of the controls, you don't know if it's still on or not. And you don't know if even if it's not on air, they could still be rolling tape to use on you later. Look at Jesse.
And you would think, given those recent,
F-ups. No, they don't think about that. They think, well, we're obviously in the clear. They said, all right, we're off. That doesn't mean that they're not going to tape whatever you're saying afterwards.
Is she really the most qualified woman they could have picked?
The most qualified? No. I think they went for this, political bullshit about narratives and
they went for narrative
in the picture.
What does that mean, narrative? I know what narrative means, but I don't understand in this context.
To be honest with you, I don't understand in this context either.
Every time Republicans do that, because that's not where they live and it's not what they're good at, they blow it.
You know what's really the worst thing about it? The greatness of McCain is no cynicism, and it is cynical.
And as you called it, gimmicky. Yeah. Nice guys.
All right, so their take is the only reason that McCain picked a chick was just to appease the Hillary voters. They got shafted.
And it appeased the far right wingers.
No, but they don't come across as sounding that way in the things they were saying. It's exactly like you said, Russ. They're calling it gimmicky, so they're calling it the surface choice. Well, she's female, let's grab her. And she's Republican, so the other part was more of a bonus.
They needed something to keep his campaign from being as boring. Mm-hmm. Even if he's the most qualified, you just look at him and went, I'm getting nothing out of this. I appreciate what you've been through. I appreciate your years in the POW camp, but that doesn't give me any type of oomph. There's no charisma associated with it. And really, that's what you're going to have.
And that's really starting to come across. What it's only been just over a week since it was announced that she's his choice as his number two. It really gave him some attention, whether it be from the media, voters, whatever. Because before, like you said, he's just kind of there.
I can't wait for the debate. I don't care what they talk about. And if they were absolutely on top of this, they would dress her conservatively with just a hint of cougar. Just enough.
I think she's got that wrapped up already.
She's been dressing too conservatively conservatively. There ain't nothing showing. There ain't no cleavage. After 5 kids, maybe it's not from the waist up. But I still like to get a look at that seal.
I don't think you're going to get a look at the seal.
They want to get voters. They want to swing somebody over to their side. Let her pop out that first cougar.
Well, that would obviously, I think, go against if their goal was to try to pick up some more female voters. I don't think that would necessarily endear those females to them.
I hope she gets in just so I can look at her. Not too many VP candidates I've ever wanted to squeeze a batch off to.
What were the others?
Quayle. All right. 4:35. Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
You mentioned MSNBC. Yesterday, MSNBC announced that Keith Olbermann and Chris Matthews would no longer be co-anchoring their political news coverage. Instead, David Gregory will be taking over the sole anchoring duties. Olbermann and Matthews will remain on board as commentators. That's because recently there's been a lot of tension between MSNBC and its parent network, NBC, because MSNBC has been routinely accused of being biased towards the Democrats.
Yeah, I think it was Brian Williams and Tom Brokaw that said they always had issues with the cable branch of NBC. They weren't as objective.
Oh, and they weren't. I mean, Keith Olbermann and Chris Matthews, I mean, it's not accused. They were completely biased towards Obama. I mean, they just love him. I think Chris Matthews was the one that said, I'm just in awe when I'm around Obama. Okay, great, but you're still a news commentator, and Olbermann's has become, I used to love him, and he's now become the biggest liberal mouthpiece. It's just, he's gone so far left, it boggles the mind.
And if you get some type of electricity out of being around Obama, then maybe he should be running as the press secretary. What better person to deal with the media than somebody that the media obviously already likes? He's endeared. He's been on Time, the cover of Time, I don't know how many different times. But McCain, I think, has been on a couple of times. And who was it? Governor Cougar? Us Weekly?
Yes, Us Weekly, People Magazine. I mean, she's ripping up the tabloids.
And those will be the ones that probably are going to pick her up because it's more celeb-oriented.
It is, but it
doesn't really seem to have a political spin to it.
No, it doesn't. Like, my girlfriend gets People Magazine. On the cover last week, it's, Governor Palin, her whole family, bit of an interview thing. But it makes sense because typically the people that buy People, Us Weekly, the tabloids are women.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, and speaking of Governor Cougar, as politicians go, Sarah Palin is pretty hot, and one of the most distinct aspects of her is her sexy librarian look, meaning her glasses. According to Italy Optics, which is the company that makes the eyeglasses.
I know. You know what this is? It didn't dawn on me till just now. I had a second grade teacher that I had an absolute boner for. It's probably before I was able to have one. But she looked exactly like Governor Palin. I think that's the look that they were going for. And just something she probably played on to become governor of Alaska is every kid's got this one teacher that they had a boner for, and that's who, subconsciously, Governor Palin's appealing to.
I think you're dead on with that, especially if you think about it. She's the first female governor in the history of Alaska, and the state of Alaska, percentage-wise, I don't know the exact percentage, but it's a vast majority of men. I guarantee you, if she looked like Hillary Clinton, she wouldn't be the governor of Alaska. I'm not saying
she'd have been field dressed.
She'd have been in someone's lodge on the wall. But it's not that I'm saying that she didn't have any substance. I'm just saying it got those people to listen to her more effectively, possibly.
I don't care if she got substance or not. That family is sexed up.
Anyway, the company Italy Optics, they said the requests for the identical glasses like she wears have gone off the charts, and the frames run you $375 if you want to mimic that look.
Everybody needs to have them.
You wait till Halloween. She's going to be the most dressed like female out there, and that's when you're going to get your sexy Governor Cougar outfits.
What is it, Trey?
No, I couldn't agree with you more. Because I remember Miss Wilkins was my teacher. She had that look, and you're right. That is the underlying appeal with her.
Mine was Miss Moyers. Hot brunette.
Damn it, now I feel hosed. I never had a teacher with that look before, as far as I could look to and say, God, if I'd just given the chance.
I think out of 12 years, almost everybody had one of those.
We had them in high school, we had a handful, well, maybe 2 or 3 that were really attractive, but leave it up to me, I never got their classes. I got stuck with a 90-year-old for sophomore English, and I'm sorry, that's not hot.
What about you, Chloe?
I never had that. I just had one hot blonde, Miss Pomeroy, and she was the cheerleading coach. The only hot one that I can remember that I had.
No crush on her?
Oh, big time. Oh, Jesus.
How old are you in the 2nd grade? 8?
7.
If I could have got a boner, I'd have given it to her. It was the only class I looked forward to ever. Actually, I think then you had the same teacher all day. I don't think we went from class to class.
Yeah, I know. In elementary school, I did.
Yeah, had the same
You went from class to class or one teacher all day?
One teacher all day.
Yeah. So it was all day Miss Moyers. What did it have been, 1968? Is that right?
Yeah.
How old was she at the time?
I don't know. I was 7 or 8.
Well, I mean, I remember my 2nd grade teacher.
I didn't make any difference. I'm not banging her now.
I'm just saying. Remember, look her up. See what she looks like now.
No.
What's the harm in that?
Because she probably looks like Lee Harris. Sorry, Lee. Go ahead.
At the beginning of this presidential campaign, actually, this is Oprah Winfrey. They're accusing her of being too biased to have Sarah Palin on her show. She's saying at the beginning of this presidential campaign...
Did she have McCain's wife on?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was The View. Doesn't make any difference. Go ahead.
That was The View. She's saying at the beginning of the presidential campaign, when I decided that I was going to take my first public stance in support of a candidate, I made the decision not to use my show as a platform for any of the candidates.
That's all she's done with Obama.
She'll say technically not on her show. She's gone to events, she's gone to rallies, whatever, but never had him on her show. All right,
obviously I blurred it then because I thought Obama had been on her show at one point.
He has twice, but those were technically before he was a presidential candidate.
That was still a lead up to where we are today.
It's a lead up, but I can see where she's coming from as far as...
She got no place to come from. Go ahead.
Well, Democratic presidential nominee Barack Obama acknowledged yesterday that he was probably too flip when he said it was above my pay grade to answer a question about when is a baby entitled to human rights. Obama gave his answer last month at a nationally televised religious forum sponsored by Minister Rick Warren. Asked on Sunday whether the above my pay grade answer was too flip, Obama said, probably. What I intended to say is that as a Christian, I have a lot of humility about understanding when does the soul enter into it's a pretty tough question.
Was he Christian or Muslim now?
He's Christian.
A clip from last week, I forget who he was talking to, but he slipped and said, my Muslim faith.
Yeah, I've got that as well. And he actually, that was on Meet the Press with George Stephanopoulos. It's on JD's audio drive if you want to play it. He's talking to him about where he talks about the Republican camp making up rumors that he's Muslim, and Obama says he takes offense to that.
Well, they stopped saying your Muslim faith.
Went out and did. They said, look, these liberal blogs that support Obama are out there attacking Governor Palin. Let's not play games. What I was suggesting, you are absolutely right that John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely...
All right. Does he do any type of damage control?
Yeah, and Stephanopoulos kind of helps him out.
John McCain has not talked about my Muslim faith, and you're absolutely right that has not
Christian
come...
faith.
My Christian faith. And what I'm saying is he hasn't suggested...
Now, if you keep listening to it, it's not that bad.
It's
really not bad at all.
Only because Snuffleupagus helped him correct it.
That's right. That I'm a Muslim, and I think that his campaign upper echelons have not either. What I think is fair to say is that coming out of the Republican camp, there have been efforts to suggest that perhaps I'm not who I say I am when it comes to my faith. Something which I find deeply offensive.
Well, you even seem a little ambiguous about it. Lee, what is line one?
Garland Copp's got a black chick stopped out there searching the car, and she's got her hands on her hip just giving this guy the riot act.
He's calling you while he's got her pulled over?
No, it's the guy who's sitting and watching it.
Oh. David.
Russ, man, this black chick is just pacing back and forth, throwing her hands up in the air, and this cop is like, he's collected, but he's pissed off. He was searching her car, now he's writing her a ticket, and she's just pacing back and forth, pacing back and forth. She got a red bandana on her head, looks like a gangbanger.
How close are you?
100 feet or less.
What was she screaming about?
I couldn't tell. She got her hands on her hips, looking down at him like he's a piece of trash. And he's pointing at her and pointing to the left, pointing to the right. And she's walking. She's all twitchy and pitching a fit. I turned around and came back to check it out. And I knew you'd like to know about it.
And it's Garland.
It's Garland, yeah.
All right, thanks. Yeah, Garland's not the place that you actually want to go out and blow up to. Because they're not going to jack around with tasers. They'll pull a bathtub out of their trunk and drop you into it. And drop in a toaster.
Any idiot can carry a taser. We're more creative about it.
You go sit back in your car while we fill this up.
Think about what we're about to do.
Unless they've taken on some type of new role as a kindler, gentler fuzz.
I actually have heard that.
But I've talked to cops outside of Garland. If they're driving in plain clothes, they're just out in their own personal car, they don't jack with them.
I've heard a rumor that supposedly the Garland PD has been, quelled some as far as their zealousness for their jobs. But
that's the best PR campaign they could have, is not to go out there and jack around. Because you're not going to drive through Garland. You're not going to speed. Anything that you're going to do, you're going to keep on the outskirts. You're going to knock over an ATM, go to Mesquite.
Not Garland.
And then don't drive back through Garland as your escape route.
You're right, because if people are afraid in that sense, then they'll be on their best behavior.
Well, you even had the guy, I forgot what it was last year. He's running from the Garland cops, gets out to the bridge over Lake Ray Hubbard, gets out of his car and jumps off. Because he knew it was Garland that was on his ass.
He figured he might get tossed by it anyway, so just do it himself.
Failed miserably.
He saw that he drove past the now entering Garland city limits.
Oh, hell. Well, luckily there's a bridge up there. All right. How we doing, Club?
Breaking two.
Go ahead, Dan.
I'm sorry, I just got the visual of him just
pick up the news, Dan.
I'm sorry, it's funny. Okay. Did you know any more about him regarding the abortion answer?
No, because he danced around the entire thing. He never came up with a solid answer. How do you decide? Well, that's above my pay scale. All right. Then he did a tap dance throughout the rest of the interview. Never got anything out of him. So I don't care.
Okay. Well, speaking of police, Dallas police are still searching for a man who robbed a 7-Eleven in his wheelchair, stealing 10 boxes of condoms and an energy drink before rolling himself out the door.
It's another one of Everett's clients. Because normally his clients seem to knock off places that don't really have a lot of cash, or they don't plan out their escape route.
Well, this guy planned out his escape route, it seemed. The man wheeled in.
Did he get away?
Yeah. The man wheeled into the store in the 8400 block of Park Lane in Northeast Dallas around 2 a.m. last Wednesday, clutching a baseball bat and a knife. This according to Senior Corporal Kevin Jancy. The man, who appeared to be in his 30s, went straight to the cash register and began beating it with the bat until it opened. But he didn't steal any money. Instead, he wheeled himself past other customers around the store, grabbing boxes of condoms and an energy drink before leaving. By the time the police arrived, he was nowhere to be found. He's described as a black male, 5'10", weighing about 170 pounds. Police don't have any suspects, but they believe he may be homeless.
How do you lose track of him? You don't even have to tackle him to subdue him. Just take a tire iron and throw it in between his wheels.
Well, that's one thing I can understand is if you're in that 7-Eleven watching this guy, why are you letting him wheel around and roll out the door?
Yeah, all you gotta do is get behind him.
Kick him over.
Maybe you pick up the cash and you run with it. There's no way that this guy's going to have... How could you be afraid of somebody in a situation like that? No gun, all he's got is a bat. All right, well, he's going to have to put the bat down to come get me. Where's the threat? And then he gets away.
Probably grabbed the back of a pickup truck and just went down the road.
Yeah, I had that one time. Except they were on roller skates.
They robbed you?
No. I was going down Greenville, and they decided to grab a hold of the back of I know this is total sideline. Grab a hold of the back of the truck, so they got a little ride down Lower Greenville.
Somebody can only imagine.
Got to belly bump my tailgate. Oh, it's in the rear view, and there's a guy hanging onto the back of it. I look around, he waves. I went, no. The chick I was with got pissed off. He could have got hurt. Yeah, by grabbing the back of the truck. Because had he grabbed a hold of the back of it, I didn't notice and just kept driving, something happens to him, I'm going to be held responsible. At least I saw him at the back of the truck, stepped on the brakes to keep anything from happening.
Because you had his safety in mind.
It was funny. I went back 2 or 3 more times to see if anybody else was going to grab a hold of it.
I remember when skateboarding was really popular, you'd see skateboarders do that. And that's just, how are you that stupid?
I don't know. Chloe, you've seen this was back in the 90s. I don't know if they're still doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I did it when I was a little, like a small kid, you know what I mean, up and down the street, but never did it on a green
You'd
ball.
grab a hold of a car, you had no idea who was driving it.
Yeah, all the time. Just young and stupid. This is about when I was like, 11, 12.
And you can't stomp on it because then they're going to let go. The only thing that you have is to let them eat it.
That's back when people were nicer.
And it's funny, just that hollow thud sound up against the tailgate. 3 or 4 more times, nobody grabbed.
And how do you say it's when people are nicer? Because Russ is right. If something happens to that person, you're going to, as a driver, you're going to be at fault.
I don't think most people know that, though.
Hold on a second. They catch the wheelchair guy? All right. Yes, Tim.
Hey, yeah, man, they caught that guy the next day.
How was it he got away in the first place?
I have no idea, man. I was already at home when that happened. But we all laughed pretty good about it the next day. I think he held it up and got away before the officers got there.
Did anybody say why they went ahead and gave him cash or let him run amok? He's in a wheelchair. Obviously, he's not going to make too much space.
I have no idea, man. Just like I said, we got a good kick out of it.
Okay. All right. Do we need a break here?
Yes.
All right, we'll be back. How'd they know he was 5'10"?
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Treehouse that has plenty of room for you. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Set, Daniel?
All set.
All right, Dan O'Malley's here with traffic.
All right, thank you, Russ. Right now, going on in Carrollton, 35 northbound. Before you get to Crosby Road, there's an accident on the right shoulder that has traffic piling up back to Royal Lane. And in Fort Worth, 287 northbound at Saginaw Boulevard, there's an accident that's been reported there. There's a check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Everett, lean forward and move.
Thank you, me. Right now in weather, we have supposedly a high of 90 today, low overnight of 73. We have storms Tuesday and isolated storms on Wednesday. Right now it's about 84 at Live 105.3.
Everett, why are you here?
You said I could come in anytime I wanted. I wanted.
You didn't decide to call?
Well, no,
We're right in the middle of the break. Everett comes in, throws his headphones down, sits.
Well, I was driving around and I thought I'd see what you guys are doing. What are you guys doing?
Drinking.
Cool. So what's up?
Was that the two-way?
It sounded like it.
Yes, Gavin?
Have you decided on that interview that I pitched for you?
I don't like Mac Davis.
Not Mac Davis.
Who is it?
It's not Mac Davis.
That's the only person you've been asking me about for the past month.
I have not. No, the head coach of the brand new team that can be heard right here on Live 105.3, the biggest college football team in this state.
If he's saying Mac Brown, you better say yes.
I thought you were talking about Mac Davis.
Who's Mac Davis?
What? Did you ever see North Dallas 40?
Yeah?
Mac Davis.
Guess it's been too long.
Mac Davis and Nick Nolte? Maybe you don't get hooked on me? Who are you talking about?
The head coach of the University of Texas Longhorns.
Why would I want him?
It's Mac Brown.
I'm talking about Mac Davis. And if I didn't want Mac Davis, why would I want Mac Brown? He ain't had no hits.
Yeah, he had a big one in 05. It's called the National Championship.
Football?
Yes. You better not.
Better not what?
Make fun of Mac Brown.
I don't know who Mac Brown is.
Head coach, University of Texas.
All right. I don't want him.
You watched their game Saturday night.
I didn't see much of him. I saw the players.
Oh, he was there.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Black and white, kind of salt and pepper hair.
I know.
Yelling a lot.
Orange shirt.
Yeah.
Son. Why do I want him? Gavin, why are you pushing him on me?
Man, because we're the new flagship station, us.
Man,
KLLI.
why are you pushing? I don't know anything about sports. I can't stand sports.
All right, this is one of those guests that, even if you're not a sports fan, you know who Mac Brown is.
I didn't know him until you just told me.
He's incredibly personable and nice. And he's a kind of a rare interview, too. He didn't just go throwing around interviews. His time's kind of precious.
He's a football coach.
Of the University of Texas.
College.
Yeah?
College football blows.
He makes one of the most pro coaches make.
What does he make?
I think he's up to about $3.2 million a year.
Oh. Well, that's probably more than Mac Davis.
Probably. Mac Davis probably didn't have a...
Don't turn this into a pissing match between him and Mac Davis.
Mac Brown. University of Texas. Horns, hook 'em.
What is it, Lee?
Got to get online, too.
Oh. Yes, Roger.
Mac Davis is dead.
I'll take Mac Brown. What, is this just to pitch the programming on the weekends?
Yeah, the University of Texas game. I mean, I thought he'd be a huge guest.
I don't know who he is.
I'll learn you.
I don't want to be learned. If I want to have a guest on, I want to make sure it's because I know who they are and there's some type of interest. And I don't think many people care about Mac Brown.
Oh, sacrilege.
Why?
Because he's Mac Brown. Hook 'em horns, baby.
College football.
Yeah.
Well, let me know when he makes it to the pros.
Oh,
God.
You're having so much fun with this.
What am I going to ask him?
Stuff about the team this year.
What about him?
Well, you watched the game.
I watched him win. Congratulations. Obviously, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. It's going to happen the rest of the year. About the new stadium, how it looks.
I didn't know they got a new stadium.
Well, they remodeled it.
Well, so far, you've answered all the questions that I could ask him. Thanks for killing the interview.
You asked him about recruiting.
Yeah.
How does he get speedy players?
Because every high school coach in Texas loves him. He is the good old boy. He knows them all, and they want their kids. They want their players to go.
You think through his connections I could actually get Fisher to Barry? I'd rather talk to Fisher.
Maybe.
Well, that would be the only reason I would want to talk to Mac Brown.
To get the Fisher to Barry?
Yes.
You're not going to get any speedy comments out of Fisher these days. He's retired.
Well, he still wanted speed on the team.
Well, but he doesn't have a team to get speed on anymore.
Well,
all the more reason to be honest now.
His contention, yeah.
He's got nothing to lose.
His contention was probably he had to retire because they couldn't get the speed he needed on the team. And then the one time I try and get speed, I got all the colors that turn it against me. Just because I throw out a nice compliment. You can't compliment nobody no more without somebody turning on you.
If you're big enough, you can say that. Like Joe Paterno said the same thing.
Who's Joe Paterno?
Head coach of Penn State.
Don't squinch up at me like I'm supposed to know.
Joe Pa, been a coach for like almost, probably 50 years.
Who's Joe Pa?
Joe Paterno. That's his nickname, Joe Pa.
Sounds like out of The Sopranos.
He's like 85 years old. He still coaches. He's awesome.
They can't get anybody with youth?
They don't want him.
The man's 82.
He's the all-time winningest coach. He's a legend.
Well, do I want him instead of Mac Davis?
Mac Brown, and no.
I don't want Mac Brown.
It's a huge mistake.
Are you serious?
The only reason I would have him on is to pitch the weekend programming, and nobody listens to this station on the weekend.
They will now.
Nobody. Nobody.
They do now.
If you're carrying UT football, they will listen.
When was the first game for UT on this station this season?
2 weeks ago.
All right. Well, you don't know by the Arbitrons if anybody's listening. Are you looking for some type of revelation?
No, between the combination of University of Texas football, NFL football, which we've secured, and also NASCAR, I think weekends are pretty good right now. Dan O'Malley show. I think
we got NFL football?
Yeah.
Yes.
When NASCAR's not on.
What are we carrying?
Carry the Sunday game. That's before or after the Cowboys game. We have some Monday Night Football. The Super Bowl's going to be on here.
Hold on. We're going to carry the Super Bowl?
Yes, we are. Unless the Cowboys are in it.
We can't carry it if the Cowboys are on it?
That's correct.
So why would I want to hear it?
Because the Super Bowl is the hugest event in sports.
Dude, your priorities blow. Who's on the hotline? Don't sneak no Mac Brown on me. Mm-hmm. Lee, who's on the hotline?
JD.
Thank you.
God, that scared me.
Yeah, I know it. Where are you, dude?
I'm in Key West. What's up?
Why didn't you tell me you were taking the week off?
We talked about this.
We talked about it a few weeks ago when you told me you'd let me know what you decided. And the only way I figured out what you decided is you didn't come into work today.
No.
And then I'm stuck here with Trey, who's locking up every 8 seconds.
How do you like me now? No, I'm kidding. Hey, no, we talked about this last week.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
No. We talked about it 3 weeks ago. You said you'd already booked your trip.
I already booked the trip, and I couldn't get out.
Yeah, you said you'd let me know. You'd look at other options, and then just don't come to work today.
Oh, please.
Luckily for you, today's show has blown, so you still may have a job. If things pick up, I'd stay there in Key West and fight it out with a hurricane.
It's beautiful here right now. Actually, it's sunny and about 92.
Why would you?
There ain't Jack. There's nobody here. It's so funny.
Evacuees.
I know that now, but I didn't know that then. The hurricane was supposed to go north.
You flew out Saturday night. All you had to do was flip on the Weather Channel, and they'd show you where it was tracking in the Keys. Is that where you are?
I'm in the Key. I'm in Key West, yeah.
Yeah. It showed that was a possible location.
I know, but so's Houston. I mean, everything's
You're the one that bagged on the Katrina evacuees for waiting until the last minute, then they don't get out. You fly to a hurricane.
There's nobody here. It's so funny. There's nobody.
That's because they've probably been evacuated. That's what people do in hurricane situations.
I know. Just me and the kids, me and the boys. So we're at Floppy Joe's.
What is Floppy Joe's?
Floppy Joe's. It's on Duval Street.
Some kind of porn shop.
No, it's not. It's a restaurant.
You in a porn shop with your kid?
No.
Live sex show?
Sloppy. Not bad.
Here's the sloppy part.
And here's Joe.
Oh my God. All right.
You got to give Brad another $1 to open it back up.
They did talk about making us leave, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to take it tomorrow.
I don't understand why you took the chance to go. Especially with a hurricane situation, most airlines will let you rebook.
Well, actually, the hurricane was supposed to go south of Cuba and go out into the Gulf, which is what it's doing, but it's also doing a little drive-by here in Key West.
You still took a chance by going out there.
Well, sure. But I had the only time.
You jumped all over the Katrina people who didn't evacuate because they sat there and they waited till the last minute. You booked a flight to a hurricane.
Both of my kids had time off, so I wanted to spend time with the boys. I won't see them again until after Christmas.
Not to mention,
why didn't you fly them more inland?
Do what now?
Fly them
away from a hurricane.
Yeah.
We had this hotel booked. It's just a Holiday Inn. Never mind.
Oh, the Holiday Inn.
Nothing. It was not. No.
What were you going to say, Trey?
Isn't he the one who berated his ex-wife for not evacuating when a hurricane was heading?
It's not. We're not in a hurricane. We're in a watch.
You don't know by the tracking exactly where it's going to go. They had no clue exactly where Katrina in the Goose Step was going to hit until the last minute.
No, I know. Well, we're here anyway, so, but there's nobody else here. It's just evacuated. But it's beautiful. Actually, it's sunny and about 80 to 90, right at 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's called the eye.
No, it's not. The eye's over in Cuba. That's what's on the computer this morning.
Oh, yeah, because there's no chance in hell that a hurricane can change its mind at the last second and decide to head dead straight to Key West.
How you feeling after you beat down Friday night?
I beat it down Friday night.
From Joy.
Oh, did you air that?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
JD decided, that Gavin, well, you haven't been here this past week. Gavin's got a fear of clowns.
Really?
Yeah, like abject fear of clowns.
No kidding.
So we bought a clown mask.
Very nice.
Oh,
JD, ever decided to stop by because he wanted.
Yeah.
JD said Joy had the same fear. So he said, watch this. He put the mask on, went out in the hall, and then she beat the piss out of him.
Really?
She hit me hard.
I'll play it for you when we get off the phone with Roker.
Okay.
So you didn't check the weather before you left Saturday night?
No, well, I checked the weather, but it was supposed to, it's over the top of Cuba, and it's not really hitting us. We're getting the outer bands, but right now it's beautiful.
And you don't think it could shift after it's done with the Cubans?
If it does, I'll just drive out of here. I'll fly out of here. I mean, if it shifts right now, it's sunny and gorgeous. But yeah, it absolutely could. And there's nobody here. Actually, I just found out from the guy at the front desk there's a mandatory evacuation. So,
isn't Key West a big gay hangout?
What does that mean?
It means where gays hang out.
Yes, of course.
Are you trolling?
I'm with my kids. No,
go down there to get you some Peninsula.
I'm with my sons. No, I'm certainly not down here getting.
Well, that's what you do is you bring the twinks along with
you. You work out some sort of trade.
I knew better than to call you. I knew better. Anyway.
So exactly when was it you told me that you were taking this week off?
Well, you and I talked weeks ago. And
and you said you would look into it and you'd let me know. The only way you let me know is you didn't come to work.
Well, no.
Bad news, dude. He never said another word. In fact, had we had a conversation, he'd have thrown it out. The only thing he's talked about is we talked a few weeks ago. He said he'd go back and check and see what it would cost to reschedule. Didn't say another word about it. Then he don't come to work.
And I was right. I said earlier that he was going to say that we talked about it and I told you.
But he didn't.
Well,
he said we talked about it 3 weeks ago, and the conversation we had was he would see what it would cost to reschedule, and he never said anything else to me about it, short of not coming in. He thought wrong, dude. You want to hear the audio of JD getting his ass beat?
Oh, yeah, I'd love to.
I'm sure I'll have new audio come Monday.
Bitch.
He got a couple extra roundhouses in the pussy even after he took the mask off.
Shut your ass! Oh, I got a headache.
I can see Gavin's on the phone in his office. You want to give it a shot, Everett?
Yeah, sure.
There's a mask right there.
All right, I'll be right back.
Hurry up.
What?
He's tangled up in the cords.
Hey, Everett, you got to be all over him.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You're wanting Everett to get hit?
Yes.
What is that noise?
I don't know, but Everett did it the last time he represented me in court. You got smacked, didn't you?
Yeah.
First time I went in there with it on, I got kicked in the balls.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
I still don't get where that paranoia or phobia comes from.
I don't know. It's such an odd thing to be concerned about, but people are weirded out about all sorts of different things.
Yeah, but clowns tend to be fairly common as far as maybe not that abject fear, but at least creepy factor.
Well, we talked about this last week when we found out. I understand, folks. Who's that on the hotline? I ain't turning your mic on again. You scared us last time. Mouth it. Yes, John.
Hello. I'm back. I'm sorry.
I hung up the first time. Snakes or fear of heights, you get that because there's an inherent danger.
Right.
Nothing from clowns.
Maybe it's something, when you're a kid and clowns are kind of scary to you and it stays with you as you get older. It's just sort of an irrational
We looked
fear.
it up online. What's it called, Dan?
Chlorophobia. Or calrophobia.
And that was one of the reasons they gave is you had a untoward experience with a clown as a kid, or you saw Stephen King's, was it It?
It.
Right.
You saw that, or the scene out of Poltergeist where the kid gets strangled by his clown.
Which still creeps me out to this day even to watch that.
But still, you don't have a problem putting on this mask. You don't go into a fetal position when somebody comes flying in.
No, you're right. And that's the thing that I can't figure out because to me, yes, clowns are creepy, but I don't crawl up in that fetal thing and I definitely don't, kick you in the nuts for it.
Yeah, but people have all sorts of different fears. Heights and closed spaces and open spaces.
Well, some of them, you get the phobia.
Right.
Fear of heights, you could fall.
Sure.
Fear of spiders, you could get bitten. Snakes, everything else, I got those phobias. Clowns, no. The only fear I got of clowns now is every time I put the mask on, I get kicked in the balls.
And now you've got your relationship to the clown mask tied in. So now you're a little more apprehensive to put that on and go in Gavin's office.
I'm afraid to be a clown, not to go see one.
I think it has to boil down to something in the childhood like we had read.
I know, but as you get into your adult years, you get past that and realize it's just a person underneath the mask or underneath the makeup. You don't wig out and kick your afternoon host in a nads.
That's because you're expecting logic and reason to kick in, and for some people, it just doesn't happen.
It's an irrational fear. It's not based in reason.
That's why it's called a phobia. I got it.
Yeah.
So glad he's here.
Well, I believe you. Yes. All right, 522. Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
All right, well, this will cheer you up, Russ. Outgoing Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick met with Mayor-designate Ken Jr. Cockrell for a 45-minute transition
Hang
meeting.
on, Cockrell. Is that Shrek?
That's Shrek.
That is Shrek, yes. Cockrell told the Local 4 channel that the reality is that the mayor has done the job before him, and he could give him some useful information. Kilpatrick's legal counsel, Sharon McPhail, is heading up the transition talks and said the meeting was cordial and smooth.
Now, what was the name of the chick that was screaming at Shrek during one of the council meetings?
Monica Conyers.
Council Pro Tem Monica Conyers, who is poised to be the next council president,
oh, sweet Jesus, yes,
has not yet publicly addressed the city about her new role since Kilpatrick is going to jail. But a Conyers representative said she would not be attending the meeting Monday because she had jury duty. But Conyers made a surprise visit to the meeting. When the media asked Conyers to comment...
Do we have any audio of this?
I do not.
Oh.
I'm sorry. And I tried finding it. I haven't found it yet. She said, "Leave me alone. Stay away from me. Y'all are evil."
Ever do you remember the audio from the Detroit City Council meeting?
Yeah, I do, actually.
And this is the one where the judge is screaming back and forth with the defense attorney or the prosecutor. This is, what is her role?
She's on the city council. She's now president pro tem. Now she's going to be president of the council.
So the association continues.
Yes.
And you can listen to them scream back and forth, and it sounds like somebody in their own home.
Do you have it handy? I'd love to hear it again.
Well, thank you for the lead-in.
I could say it's my view that it's okay to murder somebody, but we all know that murder is against the law.
All right, this is Shrek.
Yes.
His real name is what?
That is Cockrell. Ken Jr. Cockrell.
Now, he's the new mayor.
Yes.
Okay. And she's bumped up to
president of the city council.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, this is based on
I did say
several,
based upon your
all due
experience,
respect,
right?
President Pro Tem, I have the floor.
I just want to say, I said based upon his experience.
you just jumped on another council member about interrupting, and now you're going into
attacked
me.
me, and I didn't attack you.
I have the floor.
We know you do.
These two now have to work even closer together.
I'm surprised that nobody in the Detroit media has gone back and done any type of investigative reports because, they've been banging at one time. This crap doesn't go on just between two co-workers.
Well, maybe there is some sort of investigation ongoing, because after hearing this audio, we all jumped to that conclusion. I can't imagine someone in the media in Detroit not crossed their minds.
You talk to me like that, you do it at home, but you're not going to do it here.
Oh, you're the last one.
I'm the first one to talk. Lip ass.
I have the floor.
We know you do, but I said based upon his years.
I have the floor, President Pro Tem. I don't want to hear you anymore.
And you don't have to hear me. We don't have to hear you.
Then be quiet, because I'm speaking and I'm asking a question.
You do that at home, not here.
And not your father, but
That's a mistress.
Yeah.
I know what you do at home.
What?
Your wife told me. You don't wait to get wet enough, you just try to ram it in with your lip ass.
Leave me alone.
Mr. Al Dente?
as a president, and right now I have the floor.
Because I'm tired of that. Everybody. Be respectful. You may not do that at home, but you're going to do it up in
Stop
here.
interrupting.
You grow up. Control your house, and you know how to treat other women better.
You're the last one to talk.
I'm the first one to talk.
Council member.
Shrek. Shrek. The first one to talk. Don't disrespect me.
Order of the day.
I will call this to adjourn if you...
Do it, baby!
Do it, baby. Do it.
Move to adjourn.
Do it.
We're going to take a brief recess.
Support.
You bang that gavel all you want. You can say we're adjourned. I ain't going to stop talking to your bald-headed ass, lip ass.
Do it. Because y'all not going to disrespect me up here.
The only thing you've got hard going on is that gavel.
You're the one that just interrupted me.
No, I did not. Yes, you did. You tried to say did I say based upon your years of service? Woo, Lord.
This is better than anything we ever got out of the Dallas City Council. Even when it was a bucktooth chick, Diane Ragsdale. Even when she was on, it didn't matter who it was. She'd scream at the city council. She'd scream at people in the audience. Make any difference. And she'd go nonstop.
Now, why would she scream? Because I don't remember her as well.
She was angry.
Okay.
Are those clown phobias? Thank you. How we doing, Chloe?
Cool.
Yes, Casey.
Hey, yeah, I wanted to chime in on the clown phobia. I actually got kicked out of a haunted house in Fort Worth for punching a clown for following me around one time.
Why did you go in there if you knew there was going to be a clown someplace?
I didn't know there was going to be a clown in there. And actually, I'm cool but my friends were telling him, hey, he's terrified of clowns. So then it snuck up behind me, and it was just a reaction. It's an irrational thing. It's not something you can actually control. So I understand that thing.
How old are you?
25.
And have you gone to any type of therapy for this, or are you just going knocking out clowns?
No. I grew up with 8 women, and they used to dress up in clown costumes and scare the hell out of me when I was a kid. So that's why I think that's where it came from. When I was real small, they did that.
But as you got older, you knew there was no danger from any type of clowns.
Yeah, but if it sneaks up on me, it's still an irrational reaction. I don't understand it either. I'm okay with seeing stuff on TV, but if it's around me, I lose my mind. It's really weird.
All right, thanks. Gavin, can you actually watch clowns on television, or the same fear?
No, same fear. Don't want to be around them. Don't want to see them. No.
And your phobia came from what? I forget.
My first job in radio, when I was queuing up a record, I turned around and there was a clown pressed against the glass. Freaked me out.
How horrifying.
Was he nude?
No, he's in full clown regalia.
Why would that be horrifying?
Because he's a freak. And then he ran toward the door, so I had to run toward the door. Because clowns are creepy and they kill people.
All right. Is line 1 for Everett? I'm not turning your mic on. It's a nod. Thank you. Go ahead, Eric.
Hi, Everett. Yes. Recently, I got pulled over for lighting a firecracker in DWG, and they gave me a ticket for possession of fireworks and for littering. I was wondering, since the firecracker blew up, can they give me a ticket for littering if there's nothing left?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's going to be something.
Hang on. What's DWG?
Dalworthington Gardens.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a new offense that I hadn't committed yet.
Sadly, no. I'm always looking for new ones.
All right. So you're just looking to see if that's evidence, if it already blew up?
Well, yeah, the firecracker completely blew up. There's nothing left. So I was just wondering, how can I get a ticket for littering? There's nothing left there.
Well, I think it's a matter of evidence. You know, if there's truly nothing left, then the state's going to have a proof problem. But if they can find something, you know, in the way of, you know, some kind of debris, then yeah, they might be able to make their case.
Were you just driving around chunking out black cats?
No. Me and my friend were driving around, and I had a wild hair up my butt to throw one out. So, yeah,
I threw one out the window, and there was a cop right behind us, and he swerved.
Juvenile.
There's one time you don't do stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, they'll hold you down and take your blood.
Al Worthington?
Yeah.
For blowing up firecrackers?
No, for DWI.
Oh.
Not just for, for any reason.
Well, how long can you stay?
I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock.
All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
That's so sweet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, there's sugar on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's sugar on it, honey.
The #1 afternoon show is found right here. The Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
What do the protesters think the outcome is going to be? You're out in front of, is it Kaylee Anthony's house, or is it her parents?
I believe it's at Kaylee Anthony's house.
What's the out? Well, you're out protesting in front of the house. CNN just showed the video of, I guess it's Kaylee's father running around chasing people with a hammer.
Well, that ought to get rid of a few.
Well, I get being twisted because you got not only the media, then you got freaks out in front of the house. I think she did it.
Right.
But you're terrorizing the family who probably didn't have much to do with anything.
Well, they're
But if
harboring
you're going
her.
to chase somebody with a hammer, I think I'd learn where the property lines are, because he's chasing them out into the street.
Well, I think they're just trying to vent. They're frustrated that she's bonded out not once but twice, when there is what I think a lot of people consider ample evidence that
The family didn't post the bond. It was either her new defense attorney. I think they were just labeled as anonymous.
Well,
I still think the bitch did it, but you're terrorizing the family who has to deal with this, has to deal with their nutty daughter, the fact that their granddaughter is gone. Now you've got an influx of buffoons out in the front yard.
Well, they're harboring her. They're part of the process that is keeping her out of jail, at least for the moment. And really, that's the only target that people can vent toward, because that's where she is, and, where else would they pick it?
Well, you don't even know the entire story. Again, I think the bitch did it.
Right.
But all you're working from is anything that's on Nancy Grace. And any time that she's going after somebody, I'm going to turn them loose, only because she doesn't like it. Doesn't matter what the facts are, she just turns into a full-blown gash.
Oh, and she has, she picks a side, and that once she's on it, there is no changing her mind. She will, if she listens to a opposing view, she'll trivialize it and then go on to someone who's on her side. She did it.
Well, I'm not pointing fingers at that.
It was that way with Scott Peterson. Given he did it, but from day one, she hounded his ass. He was a murderer. He did it, and he'd watch people come on and say, "Well, Nancy, they haven't found this. You don't know what you're talking about, here, and then just shut them up."
Yeah, it always starts. When she heads in that route, you're going to tell me, "Yeah, lady, I just told you that. You asked me a question. I gave you my expert opinion. You don't like it. Don't have me on next time."
Well, she's got a major axe to grind. The whole reason she went to law school is because she was going to marry this guy who was murdered. And that was her motivation, to go to law school and right all of the social injustices and solve all the crimes and put people in jail.
Who's a guy from America's Most Wanted? John
Walsh.
Yeah. He went through a tragedy with his child.
Right.
I think it was Adam.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't turn into a full-blown bitch.
Well, I've heard him talk sometimes, and he gets pretty personal about things. This scumbag did that, and, there's a reason that he's doing what he's doing. It's motivated, as you say, by the fact that his son got murdered. And, I understand. I understand where he's coming from.
He's just never come off as abrasive like Nancy Grace does.
No, are you telling me?
I'm telling you to get a nose job. I don't care what else you do. Get that honker done. It's distracting. It's hideous. I don't like you. I'd rather talk to your nose.
Well, who was that Asian girl that, I don't know, 6 months or so ago? She's being sued by the family because this girl...
Did she commit suicide?
Yeah, the day after being on Nancy's show.
I didn't know they actually went after Nancy Grace.
Yes. Yeah, she's being sued, I think, as is the network, but she's personally mentioned in the lawsuit.
Well, you can't go back after the media outlet and blame them for a suicide.
That's what they're trying to do.
Good, I hope they nail her.
And actually, they're saying here that Casey Anthony's father may actually face charges because of the hammer. Tempers flared outside Casey Anthony's home Sunday, and it could mean charges against her father. While several people protested outside the family's home, officials with the Orange County Sheriff's Office said George Anthony pushed one man and then pushed a woman who was 65 while yelling, "Get off of my property." Authorities said Lee Anthony, Casey's brother, also tried to rip a sign out of the hands of the woman. Pat Young, a protester, said, "I didn't think he would really do that, but it happened so quick and it just threw me off guard. I didn't expect it."
Like I said, learn what your property line is, and if you're going to run after somebody with a Stanley hammer, make sure you won't go beyond that.
And actually, protesters, like it says here, have consistently gathered in front of the Anthony home since Casey Anthony was released from jail the first time. Since then, George Anthony, the dad, has roped off his property with yellow caution tape to establish a perimeter. Protesters have recently clashed with neighbors and each other in addition to Sunday's clash with the Anthony family.
So the neighbors are having to deal with this fiasco as well.
Absolutely. And then they're asking the question, okay, like you're asking, why gather and protest for this? Psychologist Dr. Deborah Day tried to explain why they show up at the Anthony house. She says there's a crowd mentality that at first is happening. Some people are just expressing their anger, their frustration. Some are there for personal reasons, feeling some grief, their own personal stories. Others are there because it's attention-getting, and they want to be in the news, part of what's going on.
And that's probably what a good portion of them are. I can't imagine that many people having a vested interest in the disappearance of this little girl.
Well, it's like,
I'm not defending, is it Casey?
Yes.
I'm not defending her because I think the bitch did it. Especially when you throw in all the different variables. And the biggest one that you're almost going to, it's impossible to defend is why did you wait a month? How do you do that as a parent unless you had something to do with it?
And I think what you just touched on is the reason why people grab a picket sign, make one, and go to the family's house to sort of drive that point home as if to say...
Well, what do they think she's going to do? Push the window unit out, shove her head through the hole and go, all right, I did it!
Yes. They absolutely think something will happen. I mean, think of any protest you ever see. Does it really ever accomplish much other than it's the feelings of those people protesting? They feel better about it because they made their point.
And they can't even go and hide her someplace because the protesters are still going to go back to the parents' house. I don't care about Casey. It's just the fact that her dad's having to go through all of this, and he don't even know where his property line is.
Well, according to this, he's got the yellow caution tape, but apparently some people are ducking under it. And that's
now the video they showed, he was actually beyond the sidewalk. You know, that front of the grass on the other side of the sidewalk that the city still makes you mow.
Yeah, even though it's technically not yours.
That ain't yours. And that's where he was screaming at them with a hammer.
Yeah, and they're saying that the police are actually going to be looking at the video of that to decide if any charges should be filed.
I'll let the guy go. Got enough crap to deal with today and in the future. He can't even stop and grieve over his granddaughter. You can go after somebody with a hammer, go back in there and make him tell you where she is.
And that's probably what some of the protesters are saying. It's like, why are you so concerned about us when you should be protesting with us against your daughter to find out where your granddaughter is?
I'm not going to stand in front of my own house with a sign.
Down with me.
I suck.
Else forever. Don't lean down to you, Mike. I'm not turning it on. All right. You turned it down?
Yes, I did.
All right. Which one?
Is that better?
It's too low.
Mary Ann's on line 1 for Everett, and John is on line 4 for Everett.
Thank you, Jeeves.
You have any grapefruit pollen?
Yes, Mary Ann.
I just wanted to see if Everett could tell me what recourse anybody could have if you buy a used vehicle from a notable reputable dealer and you ask if it's wrecked or has any issues when you buy it, and then you find out later that it wasn't a major crash. Now you're having a lot of problems with it, and they're like, oh, well, too bad, so sad.
Well, yes. If you were induced to buy a used vehicle fraudulently, which it sounds as though you were, then there are laws to protect you, not the least of which is the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act. Which,
the lemon law.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, the lemon law is something different.
All right, well, go ahead then.
Yeah, the lemon law protects you if you buy a new car.
Okay, stay with what you're with.
All right. Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act is basically an act that says you can recover treble damages, 3 times your actual damages, plus attorney's fees if the conduct on the part of the dealership was what they term a producing cause of your loss.
So the answer is yes.
Okay, but I need to get an attorney to do anything with it.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Well, hang on. What problems are you having with the car?
Well, it's a 2006, and you're just driving down the road, and this thing, it's called a traction control system, just comes on. Well, when it comes on, it throws the car in neutral, and you have to slam on the brakes to get it to go back out, because it's actually for if you're in ice or if it's wet, to keep you from going into a skid, but you can just be driving, and it doesn't.
And what is it? What dealership says what? Have they tried to fix it when you took it back?
Well, they've had it for over a week now, and supposedly they've had somebody driving it every day, and it doesn't happen. But my 2 kids and I are in this car, and it happens with us more than once, and you're just driving down 75 and it doesn't. And I'm afraid when I have to hit the brakes to get it out of neutral, I'm going to go rear-ended, it's not safe. So
that's the one thing that twists me with dealerships or any mostly dealerships, if it's under warranty, could not duplicate problem. Bitch, I didn't bring it in just because I didn't want my car for a while.
Well, see, one dealership told me that he's the one that told me that he had been in a front-end collision, and he told me part of what the problem was, but he said that it's not from regular wear and tear. But because it was in a collision, my warranty, it won't cover it. And now,
well, hang on. This is not a plug for the website, but I think you can go to Carfax. You got to pay them. You type in the VIN, and it'll tell you the repair history of that vehicle.
Carfax? Like FAX?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you done that?
No, but the first car dealership gave me something that told me that it had been in a wreck in a different state.
Well, then you take it back to the dealership and said it's in a wreck. You didn't tell me that. I want my cash back.
And they're supposed to give me my money back?
Sure.
You heard it here first.
Really, though, wasn't that the way it would play out, Everett?
Well,
you take it back, you go, all right, you didn't reveal this. If I can find this online, you can. You didn't reveal it. Give me my cash back.
Well, hopefully they would do the right thing at that point and give you your money back.
Not hopefully, because that's...
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That sounds like goodwill. I'm talking about legally.
Well, yes, and if they don't, your remedy is to get a lawyer and presumably file suit or send out... The first step is to send out a letter under the Texas Deceptive Trade Practices Act.
But you can recoup any money that you spent.
Times 3.
Legal, whatever.
Yeah, times 3 plus your attorney's fees.
Okay. All right. Any more of those, Lee? When is Alfie coming back?
Tomorrow.
Soon.
As soon as we get here.
Which one?
Screw it.
Yes, David.
Russ, Savior. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you, and I'm probably preaching to the choir, but Gavin is such a bonehead. I'm serious. You know, he's talking about bringing the Mac Davis or whatever on the radio station. You don't do that. You take my man Dan O'Malley there, and you stick him on middays, and you stick the Ren and Stimpy on the weekends.
Leave me alone. Gavin, he's trying to push Mac Brown on me during the break.
Was he really?
It's a huge interview.
I don't know him.
Well, you don't know... You don't always know the people you interview.
Most of the time I do. I got some kind of background. I got a reason for wanting to talk to him. I don't just have somebody shove an interview at me, and I suck at interviews to begin with. Don't hand me somebody I don't know. Fisher to Barry, I know. He and I can talk speed.
I'll get you Matt Brown clips. I'll do the background for you.
But it's not going to matter, though, because I'd love to... He doesn't know him. He doesn't care about him. He could talk to Fisher to Barry for 4 weeks straight. Mac Brown is going to look at it and say hi and bye.
Yeah, Fisher and I could commiserate. I understand your sorrow, not being able to find speed. All you asked for was speed. You were complimentary to the blacks. What'd he do? I get chastised. Then I had to come back and say I'm deeply sorrowful.
Mac's a great interview, great guy.
I don't know him.
Get to know him. It's a nice first step.
It's like you're trying to set him up on a blind date. No, give her a chance.
You want me to drive to Austin and hang out with him? Maybe a nice massage.
Just a nice
Stick it in a little bit.
Just a nice little chit
Who's
chat.
rubbing whom?
Yeah.
Just a little chit chat over the phone.
The only reason that you want me to talk to him is so you can jump in the middle of this, and it's not going to be the Trey Max show.
I might have a question or two I'd like to ask him.
You're not going to shut up if I get him on the phone. You find some way to blow that man over the phone.
You can always shut my mic off. I will not.
You're still going to be in the background. You're going to be handing me little Post-it notes. Ask him all these different questions. I don't care.
You're the one who said you enjoyed watching the game Saturday night.
I didn't go. I lied.
I know that, but I was...
Ren and Stimpy just blew Gavin off because they didn't want to hang out with him. So we all came up with a story that, hey, let's all say we went out and watched sports.
This is great. The effect is still the same.
It's even worse.
You didn't have to expend any energy.
Yeah, Gavin's all twisted over the weekend because he thinks Ren and Stimpy blew him off so we all could watch sports. I didn't go anywhere. I'm certainly not going to go sit at Champs and watch a football game where I don't know who's playing.
It was UT and UTEP.
Okay, thank you. And there's no reason, I have no clue about the football program or Murphy Brown, so leave me alone. You want legal here? Do it yourself. 5:58. Dan O'Malley's here with news.
Well, I have another Monica Conyers to make you feel good.
I forget who that is.
She's the Shrek lady.
Oh, okay.
From Detroit.
Yeah.
I was trying to find audio that we were talking about earlier of her calling the media evil today. I found this instead. Back on August 27th, police were called to quell a disturbance at a Denver hotel between Detroit City Councilwoman Monica Conyers and staff, according to a hotel spokeswoman.
I think I remember this one. They were having a council meeting there at the hotel?
No.
Oh, all right, go ahead.
Dana Berry, spokeswoman for the Magnolia Hotel, told the Detroit News an officer assigned to the hotel during the Democratic National Convention had to call for additional police assistance around 4 and 5 p.m. after a heated argument erupted between Conyers and staff about a hotel room. Berry said Conyers complained that the original room she was given could not accommodate her family, and she became upset when staff members tried to remove Conyers' belongings from the suite. Denver police issued the following statement. A dispute took place and our officers responded to the hotel. We are told hotel guests became upset by the loud outbursts. No charges were filed, but additional officers were called to help control Congresswoman Conyers' wife, Monica.
We ran out of cops. No charges were filed because normally you need a witness. She killed them all.
She just ate them.
She just, obviously, her history... I don't get how she's able to stay on the Detroit City Council if she's got this history of just going off on not one, but several different people.
It's for the fact her husband has been in the House of Representatives for probably 30 years. And so I'm sure she is on a power trip. I mean, not only is she on the Detroit City Council, but
she is.
But her husband's a longstanding, congressman. I mean, oh God, I bet she is just a nightmare to deal with in everywhere she goes. Because,
I'll just fathom what she's like at home. If she'll give Shrek, the new mayor of Detroit, that kind of grief at a broadcast meeting, fathom what she does at the house.
Oh. Or just, I promise you that woman pays the do you know who I am card every day.
All right, go ahead, Dan. How we doing, Chloe? Go.
Russian ships. Russian ships will make a port of call in Venezuela later this year, and the two nations could hold joint naval exercises for the first time, this according to both sides. The announcement comes amid heightened tensions between Russia and the U.S. over Moscow's conflict with the former Soviet Republic of Georgia last month. Russia denied any link between the two events, although Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez has been a sharp critic of President Bush.
I'm not sure exactly what the story was.
I bet I've got it.
It sounded like Russia pulled a loophole as far as the ceasefire, blaming it on the French interpreter.
This is good.
We didn't know what we were signing. It's a ceasefire.
It's more ridiculous than you can possibly imagine. Last month's ceasefire agreement centered around the creation of buffer zones between Russia and the Georgian breakaway regions of South Ossetia and Abkhazia, which are now effectively controlled by the Kremlin. The agreement was brokered by Nicolas Sarkozy, the French president, whose country currently holds the EU presidency, but the original diplomatic coup became an embarrassing failure as Russia moved its troops off the main body of Georgia. Bernard Kouchner told a meeting of EU foreign ministers at the weekend that the ceasefire agreement was written in French, before being translated into English and then into Russian. Asked what problems surrounded the buffer zones, Kushner replied, the translation. One reason for the continuation of the conflict now appears to be a passage in the Russian translation of the agreement that speaks of security for South Ossetia. The English version speaks of security in South Ossetia.
They knew what they were signing. They also signed it in English.
Oh, yeah.
What's her face?
Condoleezza Rice.
Yeah, Condoleezza came over. Brought ceasefire after ceasefire. Don't use the French translation as some type of loophole.
What did he say?
Said he was going to skull F you. Well, we're not signing that. So how's that? You didn't say. Why is the French interpreter in the middle of this?
Well, they're saying that the difference is crucial between in and of, because Russia continues to keep its tanks and armed troops in Georgian territory. The international community, in turn, wants security for South Ossetia and Abkhazia without the Russian army staying in Georgia.
I'm still missing the part why the French interpreter was in on this.
Because the original agreement was brokered by the French president.
Why was he in on it?
Because they're the head of the EU right now.
What's the EU?
European Union.
Okay.
Isn't that what the story says?
Yes. The ceasefire started in French, then it was translated into English, then translated into Russian. And somewhere in and for got misconstrued.
It still makes no difference. They know what a ceasefire is. They don't know how to do it, but they know how to sign the paperwork.
Well, it's because according to them, it said...
I can't read what this says. What does that say?
It says you drive a Dick Dragon station wagon.
I'm not saying that.
Do we need a break?
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
I've got 2 tickets to paradise. I've got 2 tickets to paradise.
All right, so right now the video that they're showing on Fox of the, is it Ike? Mm-hmm. That's just from Cuba.
Yes.
I haven't seen any new forecasts on the tracking yet. It's just the fact that JD's going to sit there in Key West and cop an attitude.
I can't even... I mean, I'm with you. I can't fathom why he would go down there, except he's betting that it's not going to really hit the Keys that hard. Last track I saw, I said it was going to head straight to Galveston, actually.
But it's still going to...
Key West is going to get a beating.
And he still flew down there to it.
Yeah.
Anybody else evacuates a hurricane? This head decides he's going to go see one. All right, Dan, what do you got?
All right, got 3 big problems going on. One in Dallas, 635 eastbound at Webb Chapel. It's a serious accident that has everyone backed up to Luna Road. Only the HOV and the left lanes are actually getting through. In Irving, Loop 12 northbound between Texas Stadium and 35. The east northbound traffic is slow due to a crash on 635 at Webb Chapel. And in Garland, 635 southbound at the Ferguson Centerville exit. There's an accident there blocking the 2 lanes, and that has you backed up all the way to Plano Road. Those 2 lanes are the HOV and the left lanes. There's your last check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on The Russ Martin Show. Thank you, Dan. Tomorrow we can expect storms and a high of 83, overnight low of 71. Wednesday, isolated storms, high of 88. Right now it's 80-ish, live on 105.3.
I like this better than JD doing the weather.
Well, it's because you're not running around.
It's fun to watch.
And he's supposed to come back when?
I can't remember if he's coming back.
If they make him evacuate, he's going to probably leave tomorrow.
Yeah, but I guess he'll go north and where his kids live. I don't know.
All right. Ready to finish up news, Dan?
If you like.
Are you winded?
No, I'm fine.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Uncle Sam has just become the 800-pound gorilla in the U.S. mortgage market. The Bush administration announced Sunday it was seizing troubled mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac in a bid to help reverse a prolonged housing and credit crisis.
I didn't know that two of those were in danger of collapsing.
Oh, yeah.
How long has that been going on?
A couple months. There have been a lot of fears about it. And
well, why is it you want to let me look at buying a new house for my mom if Freddie Mercury is fear of collapsing?
Well, you can still get a mortgage.
Freddie Mac.
All right.
You'll still be able to get a mortgage. The problem is they just back all the mortgages. So if they go under about half the mortgage market, there's no longer any backing for the banks, and that may,
So there's the danger of me not being able to get a loan for my mom, and she gets it all worked up.
No, you'll be able to get a loan just fine.
Well, if there's nobody to back it up, nobody's going to loan anything.
They back about half the mortgage market. You'll still be able, you personally will be fine. The only thing this will affect you is, well, it doesn't even affect you. I mean, it's just going to cost taxpayers a whole lot of money.
I pay taxes.
And he pays a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So how does this not affect him? Or his mom? But mainly him.
She don't pay nothing.
Exactly.
It doesn't really, I mean, it's not like you're going to come ask for more, but, I mean, it's going to cost, hundreds of millions of dollars to fix this.
I'll probably take it out of my check. All of it.
But, I mean, the good news
Once.
is the market's reacted
Never
nicely.
mind this poor tax on your check.
Yeah. Never mind the market what?
The market reacted very positively to this news. So
the fact that the feds took over the Fannie Mac and the Freddie.
I mean, they're really federal institutions. They're just publicly traded federal institutions. So the fact
So there's good news.
That it's actually a very good thing that the government's taking them over. It's going to prevent us probably from really hitting what, instead of a mild recession, that could be the sign of a depression if they went under.
All right.
Well, they're saying here some private analysts are worried that it may not be enough to stabilize the slumping housing market given the glut of vacant homes for sale, rising foreclosures, rising unemployment, and weak consumer confidence.
See, the thing about it is sales are up in DFW. I mean, that's a very...
Why does Dallas-Fort Worth always seem to be isolated from this?
Just, A, it's our location. B, I mean, we still have companies moving here.
Our location doesn't tell me anything.
We're centrally located. If you're a company, Texas is a great place to be because DFW, you're about 3 hours to each coast. It's good, no state income tax, positive business market. Companies like being here.
Okay.
And it's affordable.
Got it. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Heather Brammer smiled and even laughed, and if there was a nervous quality to it, it was understandable. If you'd been shot execution style on the back of the head just 2 weeks ago, you'd be a little nervous too. On Friday, August 22nd, Brammer was working the morning shift at City Laundry and Cleaners in Manning, South Carolina, when a man came in who said he wanted to rent a tux. Less than an hour later, he returned with a gun. After cleaning out the registers and store safe, the robber ordered her into the back of the store and told her to lay face down on the floor. He told her he wasn't going to hurt her. Then he shot her in the back of the head. The robber left her for dead, but she wasn't. Through a remarkable stroke of providence, the bullet hit the base of her skull, where it's the thickest. X-rays show the bullet flattened against the fractured bone, a millimeter or two shy of penetrating her brain. She thinks it's more than luck. She says it's a miracle. And she said, I don't know any other way to describe it.
Maybe she's related to Valerie. I'm not the only one that was thinking that.
She still knows where I live.
All right.
It caught me off guard. I thought of you.
Why would me getting shot in the back of the head?
Well, not you getting shot, but everything leading up to that as far as when you got held up working at the pizza place. Because all of it sounds exactly the same, except the guy that held you guys up at the Pizza Hut or whatever didn't actually pull the trigger.
No, and I don't know if I would go as far as actually lying down on your stomach, because if the guy doesn't have a mask on, there's only one reason to have you lie on your belly. That's because he's going to pop your ass.
And that's exactly what happened in this case. She was actually able to give a physical description of the man because, like your guy, this guy wasn't wearing a mask. Of course, and again, why would he if he knows he's going to shoot her?
Well, that was I got held up twice at gunpoint. One of them had a ski mask, the other one didn't. It was both of them, you get a little rattled. The second one didn't have a mask on, and normally that's because they don't care who sees them. Then he took us all in the back. I went, all right, well, that's it. But this hot waitress chick, I'm poking that before I get popped.
Were you just going to ask him really quick, hey, before you shoot us?
Dude, you're going to kill us anyway. You can have a run at it if you want. I'll hold your pistol.
You're worried about being shot at work, and the only thing you
if
can
I'm
think
going to
of...
get popped, I'd had the hots for her the 3 or 4 months that she'd been there. Little hot Asian chick, very little English, which made no difference to me. And she went out with everybody that worked at that Pizza Inn but me.
Ah, that's where it comes from then. Nowhere close? Never tried to take her? Did you ever ask her out?
No, she was too busy banging everybody else.
Well, then why didn't you ask her out? Was she spoiled at that point?
When you've screwed everybody else at a Pizza Inn, really, I don't want to take 12ths. It's a pizza buffet, not a poon. Go ahead.
A 26-year-old forklift operator at Zephyr Hills Water Company, this is out of Florida, was arrested Saturday at work, accused of stealing $50,000 worth of bottled water from his employer. Over a 6-week period, Michael Gordon Fernandez and another man, who has not yet been arrested, swiped 5 truckloads of bottled water from Zephyr Hills Water. Fernandez would load pallets intended for the warehouse onto a tractor-trailer owned by the co-defendant who would take the water to an unknown destination. Fernandez reportedly told police he was paid $500 per truckload, and he did it to help support his family. He was booked into the Land Lakes jail on a grand theft charge, but was released later Saturday after posting $10,000 bail.
Maybe they had water at work and you were allowed to drink it there, and he just didn't want to drink it there.
Well, I don't think taking $50,000 worth of it is normal
Well,
consumption.
over what period of time?
6 weeks.
Is that you, Gavin?
Yeah, this story has a familiar ring to it. You.
I don't have a forklift.
Take supplies all the time.
What?
You take supplies all the time.
I take supplies that are provided for employees. I don't use them while I'm up here. I take them home.
You take supplies home. They're supposed to be here at work. If you want coffee here at work, we'll provide it. If you want to...
I don't want to drink coffee here at work. It'll make me stay awake, and I'll have to remember where I am.
Just because you do work from home doesn't mean you can take things from here home.
Is it meant for me to use while I'm working?
It's meant for employees to use at the radio station.
I don't recall there being signs posted. If there's coffee and I don't drink coffee here, then why can't I take it home? The same thing with my ass. I'm not using the toilets up here because they're nasty. Why can't I take my ass home to wipe it there?
We have plenty of toilets around here you can use.
There are none of them I'm going to sit on. I don't know what's wrong with people's penises and a-holes up here, but everybody's got some type of aiming disorder.
I'm not disagreeing.
In the men's room, I think it was 2 weeks ago, somebody scat on the side of the seat. How bad is your ass misaligned where you're scatting on the side of it? And I don't mean the backside of the bowl. I mean on the seat. And they left it there.
I don't disagree with you. There are many times I have to roll up my sleeve to stop the toilet from continual flushing.
Roll up his sleeve?
I don't get it.
We don't get it.
Program director / plumber. You know, when the
I got it. I thought you were fisting the turds to get him to go down.
That's what I thought. Why else would you roll up your sleeve? You want to keep your shirt pretty.
No.
So I'm not using the restrooms up here.
Well, why can't you drink the coffee up here?
I don't drink coffee up here. I don't need a caffeine buzz. I need it in the morning. Everybody else gets it for free. Why should I have to go buy it? Same thing with toilet paper, paper towels, typing paper, typewriters, other equipment.
Yeah, well, I mean, I use paper, but sometimes I use paper in off hours, and I went to the store and bought paper rather than bringing station paper home.
I don't print anything personal in the paper that I steal from the station. Take home.
You can buy your own.
It's still meant for me to use, and if it's easier for me on the way out to grab a stack of paper than to go to Office Depot, then I'm going to do it.
Well, I'm sure everyone at the station feels like that, but they respect the fact that it's just supposed to be for here.
Most people don't work at home. I work at home, I get all my stuff done, and then I come up here.
Sometimes, though, I'm sure people do work
Hang
at
on,
home.
do you want your intro?
Yeah, please.
And now playing JD's role of pussy is Trey Trenholm.
Go ahead.
There are other people I'm sure that would like to enjoy the station.
We're not helping him.
Here, I'll give you a chance to regroup.
And now playing JD's role of pussy is Trey Trenholm.
Go ahead.
I'm sure there are other people at the station who would like to use station products at home, but
they don't work from the house. I work from the house. From the moment I get up till the time I get here, I'm working on the show. It don't sound like it. Sounds like absolutely no preparation goes into this, but I still work on the show. I need coffee. I need toilet paper. I need paper towels. I need typing paper. I need printers. I need monitors and anything.
But you're compensated in a manner you can go out and buy those things for your personal use at home.
It doesn't say in the break room that this is for people who make under a certain amount of money.
I think it's an assumption made that stuff is not to be taken out of here.
They assumed wrong, dude.
But you really shouldn't be stealing from the company.
And now playing JD's role of pussy is Trey Trenholm.
I'm not buying your angle. And JD's never won this one.
I'm trying really hard.
It's a hard role to play. Obviously, we don't realize what wealth we have in him. So, Gavin, you want to start billing me for stuff I'm taking home?
Well, it's a tax write-off. All those things can be a tax write-off because you're doing it from work purposes.
Wait, well, then write it off with your taxes.
You write it off on your taxes.
Just because I write it off on my taxes doesn't mean I don't have to pay for it. If I pay $5 for a bundle of typing paper at Office Depot, I don't get the $5 back. I only get the tax, which is 8%. It's easier to steal it.
Trey's right, though. You have the money. You can afford these kinds of things.
And now playing JD's role of pussy is Gavin Spittle.
I don't want to pay for it.
Well, I don't want to pay for it either, but in life you have to pay for things.
It's got to be there regardless, and it's there for me to use. You want me to do show prep or not? You don't want me to print on paper, then I'll just try and memorize it. We'll see what kind of show I got.
I want you to do show prep, but that doesn't require
And if I'm groggy in the morning, I'm not going to be able to think. You don't want me to be alert and awake? Fine. I won't do it. I won't take notes and see how the rest of this week goes.
God.
And you think I got a hard enough time focusing now? Don't let me take toilet paper home and see how I do on the air with the itchies.
It's just meant for radio station use only.
I work here. You probably have all of it because I work here. Why wouldn't I be able to use it? If I could figure out how to get that Sub-Zero out of there, I'd take it home.
Because I'm sure you use toilet paper in off hours. Like sometimes if you have to drop one.
I only use the toilet paper that I take from up here when I'm taking a business crap. If it's from the coffee or any food that I've stolen from up here, that is a business crap, and that's when I use station toilet paper. I keep everything documented. I can bring it in if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to know what constitutes a business crap as...
I just explained it to you. If it's food that I've taken from up here or the coffee or anything else, and I've ingested it, then I got to take a crap. I consider that a business.
Well, because of the economy, we're trying to run a tight ship around here. And that includes every roll of toilet paper, every coffee, every...
Then I'll stop wiping.
No.
I won't wipe ever again.
Oh, my God. Drugstore, $3.
That's not free. You don't want me to wipe? You don't want my ass to be clean? That's fine. Next time, tell me that when we renegotiate our contracts. You want me to have the itchies for the next 3 years.
It's not about the itchies. It's about using stuff here while you're here.
Why has it got to be while I'm here? This is really not an argument you can win. It's meant for me to use. I don't want to use it here. I don't like being here. I don't like coming to work. I don't like you. I don't like the surroundings. I want to go home and wipe my ass.
I don't understand why you don't like me or this station.
Because you do nothing but bitch at me about stealing stuff.
Oh, God.
I feel like you can't do anything right.
Every day I'm being chastised about something. You know what? I'll stop wiping. I'll just dig in my ass, and I'll have the brown underwear spots.
No, I want you to be comfortable on the air.
I can be if I don't wipe.
Can't you hold it so you can go at your house and so it's personal?
If I don't have toilet paper, then I can't wipe.
That's when you use toilet paper from
I tell you what, I'll just start dragging my ass across the carpet here at the station like I got worms.
Oh, God.
And if you quit wiping long enough, you probably will.
And then you're going to have to pay for the heart guard.
That's expensive.
All right, Dan, go ahead. Beat this one to death.
Are there moments where you realize I'm even surprising myself?
I may have to go do that in front of his office.
You know what? Do it now. Just so you can give him an idea what to expect.
All right. Hello, come over here and run the board. I'm going to go wipe my ass on the carpet.
Is this what you want? No! No, that's disgusting! No! Oh, get your ass up! Oh, get your butt off my floor! Get your butt off my floor! That's disgusting! Oh, that's fantastic! God, that's so childish! Get your butt off my floor! Oh, God!
He's got his pants around his knees and scooting his ass across Gavin's carpet.
That is disgusting.
There's something cathartic about that.
It looked it.
Trey, you go do it.
Okay.
I'm not going to play this game.
We've all sworn off of toilet paper.
I will buy you toilet paper.
No.
No, keep your butts out of here.
You're helping the company.
It's nice to redecorate from time
Keep
to
your
time.
butts out of here.
Trey's in there now. Go ahead.
No, Trey! Get your butt off the floor. Trey, stop wiggling. Get your butt off the floor. Yeah, that's nice.
You get enough people in there, it's going to look like TMS. Wasn't that cathartic?
It is. I wonder what it'd be like to do it dressed like a clown.
No, there's too much danger in that. I'd rather drive NASCAR. You can't see with that clown mask on, and when Gavin's coming after your ass, you're at his mercy.
I see.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
John McCain said if he becomes president, he would ask his cabinet members to work for $1 a year. Talking about his would-be cabinet members on Face the Nation yesterday, John McCain said, "We've got to have people who are the best and the brightest, and I'll tell you, some of them I'll ask to work for $1 a year."
You think you're going to get high-quality personnel for $1 a year?
Well, this year, each cabinet member made $191,300. If the salaries were to stay the same...
How many people on the staff? 15?
Yeah, you have 15 in the cabinet.
All right, $15.
And if the salaries were to stay the same and each member of McCain's cabinet worked for $1, American taxpayers would save more than $2.8 million a year overall. Now, a few months back, Mitt Romney said he would donate, if he became president, his entire salary to charity if he was elected. Obviously, that's not going to happen now. But McCain nor Barack Obama have said they'd be willing to do the same.
What's he going to pay Governor Cougar? What does VP pay? 2 bills?
Probably that $250.
I think president now is 400,000.
400.
Okay.
Plus,
Hail to the Cougar.
It was the first poon.
They should really use that for her.
It's probably what her car horn already sounds like. Makes me hot.
God, I'm with you.
How long before she's in?
Well, if they win, it'd be January 21st, I guess.
Well, they got to win. I'm not beating off to Joe Biden for 4 years.
So you're resigned to the fact you're going to have to do that to the VP. You're just hoping it's Palin.
Well, I'm a patriot. Chloe, how's your ass? You need to quit wipe?
Feeling pretty itchy.
Go ahead. Don't rub your ass in the same spot that I did. That's queer.
Chloe's serious. Over this side, right? No, Chloe. No, don't drop it. Oh. This is so childish. Yeah. Clean as a whistle. So childish.
All of this stemmed from you being a tight ass with your toilet
It's
paper.
not about being a tight ass. It's about taking it home.
Obviously, you've overreacted, and everybody else has just put up with your crap. You ever have anybody wipe their ass on your carpet when you worked in Vegas?
It's about throwing down the law. No.
Well, I think, Gavin, you threw down the law, and Russ and Trey and Chloe
I
compromised.
miss Vegas. I'll tell you that much.
Really?
Yeah.
Why didn't you send them a resume?
Because
they don't have any openings.
Oh, you've checked.
No, I just know they don't have any openings.
How do you know that?
Because there's one opening and the person that took my job is still there.
Perhaps if you treated people with a modicum of respect, they'd stay with you longer.
Does anyone in this building want to treat me with respect? The old program director.
No.
Yeah, see? Exactly. The old program director got respect, and he wasn't even here.
That's how he got it. We didn't respect him, he just never knew it. We need a break now?
Damn it, that's so true.
We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. It's the treehouse that has plenty of room for you. The Russ Martin Show.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
I don't seem to have the motion of dragging my ass across the carpet down as fluidly as my dogs.
Well, I think they're more used to it. They've had more practice.
I mean, once they hit the ground, it's like they're on some type of skid. Mm-hmm. Rocco, the black dog that I've got, actually can do it backwards. Like a worm moving along.
You really should film that.
Rocco?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get going one direction and just start pushing himself backwards.
Does he slide on a little sequin glove?
No. First time I saw it, well, obviously he wants a band.
Now, did he look at you first to say, hey, watch what I'm about to do?
No.
Okay. So he's confident enough. He knows you'll just stop whatever you're doing.
It's a showstopper. Then I set his hair on fire. All right, you ready to finish news?
Sure.
Why is it that funny, Chloe?
Because I know Rocky.
Rocco.
I know Rocky. I know really well.
I love that dog.
He's a little scamp. Wasn't he the ones that was getting out after your pool toy? Your pool cleaner or whatever?
Yeah, he was going after the pool skimmer. Drag it. Not only went after it in the pool, dragged it all the way out, pulled it up to the lawn furniture, left it sitting there in the middle while he relaxed on one of the Chase lounges.
Didn't that little tail thing everywhere? Didn't it? The tail thing drag behind it?
You're talking about the skimmer?
Yeah.
Not after he dragged it out of the pool.
Oh, okay.
Well, in his mind, he killed it.
Yeah, both he and Khalil went after it, pulled it all the way. Then I had to replace the damn thing. And those things are like $700-800.
Oh.
Ass dragger.
Running around with a surgical mask across his nose.
Hold on. Yes, Jenny?
Yeah, when my dogs, I have 2 pugs, and when they do the ass thing, they do like the toys that you used to have when you were a little kid.
Oh, the sit and spin?
They go around in circles. They go around in circles. It's so funny.
See, now they're just showing off.
Break ass dancing.
They go up on one hand, click their heels together, and start running their ass again.
It is. It's like little retarded people with hair. All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, O.J. Simpson's jury selection actually began today in Las Vegas.
Oh, why waste time with the jury? Almost everybody on his side have already turned state's evidence. They dropped dime on him. I think he's got one guy left on his side, doesn't he?
Yeah, one guy's left. I like this quote, though. He said, as always,
I'm innocent.
He said, How do you finish that sentence? As always,
I'm innocent. And then after this, I'll write a book of if I did this one again.
Had I held him up, it would have been this way.
What? What did he say?
He said, as always, I will rely on the jury system.
Well, that's in his corner.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the murder trial, he also beat the rap on a Florida road rage case.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I think he got into it with some guy on the freeway, and I think there was an assault allegation or something like that, and he was acquitted, found not guilty.
And right now, the only defense that he has, or what he's working on, is he didn't know that anybody in the room had guns.
That, and I think they're trying to urge the defense that he had the right to recover the property because it was not memorabilia, but it was, in fact, his own property that was stolen from him.
So you call the police?
Yeah, of course you do. You don't go in with guns or even without guns and strong-arm people. I mean, there's a word for taking things away from people without guns by force. It's called robbery. So, you don't go in and do that. You call the cops.
Now, are they also slapping, it would be called kidnapping, but when you're holding somebody against their will?
There is a kidnapping charge, and in most states, it requires the carrying away from someone. In Texas, if you just hold someone in a particular location, it's a misdemeanor, unlawful restraint. But in Nevada, apparently the statute pertinent to kidnapping involves simply holding someone against their will, regardless of whether or not you
there's
take
no
them away.
transportation.
Right, you don't have to take them anywhere.
But if you take them across state lines, that's a man act.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Trey?
Yeah.
Thank you. You got the movie?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay, yeah, he does face at least a dozen felony charges, including armed robbery, kidnapping, and you got the idea.
Now, does it make any difference that he didn't have a gun?
No, because it's
not armed robbery if he didn't have a gun.
Well, it is. I mean, because you're acting in concert with those around you. It's like if you're with someone and they are actually the trigger man in a murder, but you're part of the transaction, you're still culpable for murder.
And that's why
But they're letting the people that had the guns actually roll over on OJ, and he's going to eat it. Again, I think the bitch did it. But if he didn't have a gun, why not go after them?
Well, I think it's a race to the courthouse when you have a number of co-defendants, and the sooner you plead, the more valuable your testimony ultimately is against other people. And for that reason, I'm sure they floated deals out for everyone, and everyone else except for OJ and this other guy took the deals. And that coupled with the fact,
but you know what? That's OJ's own fault because he surrounded himself with a bunch of dicks. What do you think they're going to do when push comes to shove? They're going to drop dime on you.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure there's an added sense of confidence given his, he's 2 for 2 in jury trials, and one of them, was the quote trial of the century, and he,
well, he still lost the civil trial on that one. Didn't cost him anything, but he still lost the. I can't even think of the chick's name, Nicole Simpson.
Right.
He lost the civil trial on that.
Yeah, he did. But, criminally, of course, he was acquitted. And I'm sure his lawyer, Yale Gallander, has convinced him that they have a meritorious defense. And they may. I kind of doubt it, but they may. But I think in answer to your original question, why are they going after OJ and he hasn't pled? It was his stuff. And, if you believe the state's allegations, all of this came down because OJ wanted to get his stuff.
All right, let me ask you this. Does it mitigate anything if they're able to go back and say all the stuff in that room was OJ's?
I don't think so. I mean, I think that's what his lawyer is going to argue, but I think that's more in the nature of a jury nullification argument. The idea that if the jury hears those facts, maybe they'll decide to acquit him, not because that's what the law says, but because they think the law should not be applied to him under those facts.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Friday night Stand Up to Cancer telethon, which aired simultaneously on all the major networks and the E-Cable network, has raised over $100 million. Lisa Paulson, the head of the charitable organization behind Stand Up to Cancer, says that number reflects both the money raised during the telethon as well as other efforts before. She says 100% of the more than $100 million raised will go directly to funding research programs. The biggest surprise of the night came early when Patrick Swayze made an unannounced appearance, and the show also featured former Everybody Loves Raymond star Brad Garrett getting a prostate exam live on the air.
Can I not do anything without somebody ripping it off?
No, it appears not.
What are you shaking your head about, Trey?
Patrick Swayze. He was supposed to die.
You have him on your Deadpool?
Yes.
It's Robert Goulet's ghost coming back. Blow me.
This is my personal feel-good story of the day. There were reports a while back that U.S. interrogators were using Metallica's Enter Sandman to break the wills of terror suspects at Guantanamo Bay. Supposedly, Enter Sandman was used during the interrogation of one Mohammed Al-Qahtani, a.k.a. 9/11's 20th hijacker. Word has it that the song brought him to tears, quote, because he thought he was hearing the sound of Satan.
Yes.
Awesome.
What are these clips you pull, Trey? Is this Metallica?
It's a Metallica cover. Would have been better.
Is this that Richard Cheese guy?
No,
Pat Boone?
Oh.
Have you heard these, Dan?
I can't recall.
Say your prayers, little one. Don't forget, my son, to include everyone. I tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman he comes.
Why wouldn't they use this?
I'm ready to tell you something.
It's much scarier.
Yeah.
Getting robbed, getting stoned, getting beat up, broken bone, getting mad, getting took. I tell you, folks, it's harder than it looks. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
That's almost unintelligible from the original song. Oh, I forgot about this Ozzy cut. Really?
Oh, let it go. Let it go.
I think we had Pat Boone on about 6 or 7 months after this album came out.
Yeah.
All the, who was it? Trinity Broadcasting, TBS? Mm-hmm. All up in his ass over this.
That's okay. Now I remember the story. I just don't remember hearing the clips.
Yeah, because actually I think we had him on because his family that still lives here and
somebody called him.
Yeah.
Well, he was also trying to appeal to a younger audience and swing them over to possibly any spread of the gospel. All right. What's the issue with that?
I guess the church didn't like the fact that the material that he chose.
Well, he picked different things that were innocuous. Enter Sandman is just a nighttime story with a guitar solo. You say let it go, Flo?
Crazy.
Oh, I forgot how horrendous this was.
Crazy. Hey, but that's how it goes. Millions of people living as foes.
Why didn't they do water torch or something?
Maybe.
Beheading?
It's not too late.
This is worse. Oh, here's Deep Purple.
Frank Zappa and the Mothers were at the best place around. But some stupid with a flare gun burned the place to the ground. Smoke on the water, a fire in the sky.
This last one, Judas Priest.
Yeah, I'm on top as long as the music's loud. If you think I'll sit around,
what is this one, Everett?
Got another thing coming.
Like a fool, 'cause it's a case of do or die. Now if there is a fortune waiting to be had, you think I let it go, you're bad. You got another thing coming. You got another thing coming.
I want to hear Crazy Train again. Then we need to go.
Yeah. Crazy. Hey, but that's how it goes. Millions of people.
Oh, here's the GNR. Chloe, you want to hear that one?
Yeah, I forgot what those are.
Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty.
Just stop. Is that call for Everett? All right, then we'll go. Yes, Eric.
Yeah, I was wondering if Everett could tell me why the police department does not accept typed letters or printed letters.
For what?
For any inmate.
What?
They sent me I sent inmate in Van Zandt County Jail, Canton, Texas, a letter that I typed on the computer and printed out, and they sent me something that said they do not accept typed letters.
I've never heard that, ever.
I know anything that comes out of the colony, any letters that we get are all handwritten, and they're all 8-9 pages long.
Oh, yeah.
I just look for the part of where they're getting out, then I throw it away.
I've never heard of that rule. That must be some jail rule there.
They actually sent me something that they printed off of a computer to tell me that they don't accept anything printed off of a computer.
No reasoning, no explanation.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And which, I have scotopic sensitivity syndrome, which means I can't write on paper. Everything goes together, and I just see everything in a...
Do you know what he's talking about?
I have no idea. I've never heard of that rule. I mean, I'm
talking about him.
Scotopic, whatever.
Yeah, what do you got?
Scotopic sensitivity syndrome. Everything on the page just goes blank. I'm still writing, but I can't see it on the paper. It's a form of dyslexia.
Sounds like you're retarded.
Disappearing ink.
250 people in the United
Okay, thanks. 250 people.
That means you're retarded.
Trey, you want to take the clown mask in, Gavin, and drag your ass one more time?
Sure.
All right. Ready, Chuck? All right, let's go. Go ahead, Dan.
For more information on The Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, and more, go to russmartin.com. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To email the show and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danamalley.com, djclode.net, treyfreeholm.com, and for Chuck the Band Manager, chuckweek.com. To reach Everett Newton, the rock and roll attorney, call his office at 214-823-LAWS or his website, dallasattorney.com. The official liquor store of the show is Majestic Fine Wine and Spirits. Their website, majesticliquors.com. And the official airline of the show is Southwest Airlines. Their website, southwest.com. And finally, the official site for Live 1053 is live1053.com.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
You can now listen to The Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info.
Russ Martin Show.